like I said, he walks out of the room and look at like his assistant AD. Dude hates when I call him Jimmy. It's so cool.
Like a high school bully.
Oh, absolutely, because he can be.
But we'll talk with Ben about those things, and there's more. Look, the ESPN execs are making the rounds of the conference meetings, and they're letting it be known. Now, listen, it's selfish.
Absolutely it is.
But they're letting it be known that they, ESPN, Disney, would prefer to keep the college football playoff at 12.
You know what's funny? And I'll full disclosure, I did not know this till I read Stuart Mandel's piece today in The Athletic. ESPN's contract states if this thing goes over 14, they lose exclusivity.
Yeah, it's up for bid.
So that's why they're screaming, we don't want anything over 12. Yeah. Because if this 2014 thing comes for real, Jay, ESPN automatically, per the contract, loses exclusivity.
And what they'll lose is they can bid on the opening round games. What they will not lose through the life of this, though, is the ability to televise the games that matter most.
Exactly. But they don't want to. They want it all.
Yeah, and I don't have. And that's what they bid on. That's what they bid on.
It's business.
Yeah.
But again, this is the example of everything we talk about. Ready? Greg Sankey in the SEC is looking out for who?
The SEC.
Tony Petitti in the Big Ten's looking out for who?
Notre Dame. The Big Ten.
I say the big Notre Dame. And then you have ESPN and Mickey, and that crew is looking out for who?
Stockholders.
Yes. So no one's looking out for the best of college football. Everybody's looking out for them.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing, and that's why now again, it's fun for us because talking season's fantastic.
Well,
but
I'm not torn, and again, we've had now officially, obviously, expansion of the basketball tournament, but not in a way, as I've said. Look, we can kick and scream about it, and I don't like it. But what I don't like more, again, is that they're screwing over 15 and 16 seeds. That's what I don't like. Again, if you want more play-in games, it should be nothing but bubble teams. But I'm not going to go down that road. The point is, Terry, all of those new games that they've added in the basketball tournament will simply feed into what the millions of us really want, and that is our 64-team bracket.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, okay, I don't like this expansion. You don't like it. Most people don't. Right?
And nobody asked for it, blah, blah, blah.
No one cared. No one asked for it, whatever. But it's still going to end up being the 64-team bracket that we all do bracketology with. We all fill out in our offices. Yeah. And we all talk smack with our friends and buddies and whatever. This thing changes all of it.
Moving,
for football.
Yeah, for football, moving it to 24 is a huge alteration of the sport. And we'll get into that because, look, like I said, I'm not torn, but I'm not going to sit here and pick a side and then say that the other side has just lost its mind, because I've read enough and learned enough to understand that, believe it or not, there really is a good reason that some of these people want it. That doesn't mean I agree with them, but I get it, and we'll get into that. Right. I don't want to do it right this second, because otherwise that's all we'll do, and I want to set everything else up. I might come back around to it in a minute. You never know. Let's just see.
Just keep talking. We'll see where we go.
Let's just see.
That's the way I look at it.
PGA Championship is underway. Some big names are having bad days. Bryson, not a good day. John Rahm started off poorly, but then he eagled out from the fairway, and he's playing a little bit better. Rory has had a bad day.
That's that foot, that blister.
Rory has he's been pushing things to the right. He's been hitting out of the rough. I think he finished +4.
Well, this again, and this course, you tell me, you know better than I. Is this a course where if you get yourself stuck in the back regions of the leaderboard, you can make a charge in Saturday and Sunday?
I think there are a couple of gettable holes on this. Honestly, I don't know this. This course has not hosted a major since the 1960s.
Yeah, what I've read, no one's given a clear definition of, is this a course you can go out there and get on a
It's
heater?
a par 70, so there's only 2 par 5s for you to try to go after, and they're not easy par 5s from what I understand. I think there's a couple of gettable par 4s where you might be able to to get up there close and make some birdies.
Basically, it's not in your best interest to fall too far behind.
Well, it never is. It never is. But right now, I mean, where he is at +4, and it doesn't. But if it did end now in terms of the cut line, he'd make it.
Yeah, my point is PGA Championships. Typically, you've seen that's a tournament where out of all of them, you usually see more high scores. I mean, low scores.
Good, They like to. Yeah, you're right.
They like score. They want
scoring. They want scoring.
And so that's why I'm asking about this one. Just a typical PGA tournament kind of course.
And you can score at the Masters depending on how the course is
and
doing.
the day and the weather and stuff like that. Sure.
So but this course seems to be playing pretty tough today. Pretty tough today. I mean, when you've got a whole mess of people at 3 under and another big mess of people at 2, so it's. Nobody's going out there and killing it today. Let's put it that way. Like there's no somebody didn't get hot and shoot 64.
And that's the good news. If you're Rory and maybe you can turn it around tomorrow and go maybe 2-3 under and put yourself.
I don't
in
know
position.
if that foot's I don't know if it was the foot, and I haven't seen his post round to find out more of what he's saying. And even if it is, I don't know that he wants to admit that. If you didn't hear, Rory apparently had a really, really bad blister. I don't want to gross people out, but I'm gonna just to let you know how bad it was. Apparently, he had to rip his little toe nail off. It was so bad.
Oh, that's one of those bad ones.
That sounds, I mean, I'm sorry to gross people out, but apparently that's how bad it was on Tuesday that he had to go in and
And you know what?
That sounds terrible, man.
It sounds terrible. When we talk about sports and we're so we're so zoned in on other athletes who play with torn tendons or sprains or this or that or whatever, and we hear about a blister foot and we go, seriously, dude, man up, grow a pair.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
But
it's one of these injuries, though. And I was talking to a dude at the gym yesterday because something dropped off a rack and almost hit him in the foot. And we're joking about, it's going to hit your pinky toe. Right. And when it hits your pinky toe, then you realize just how important your pinky toe is because it hurts every step you take.
Yeah.
That's one of these type of things with a blister sometimes where you go, come on, man, it's a blister. But depending on the toe and the area of the blister, every step is disgustingly painful.
Apparently he wears a size 9 and had to go up to a size 10
just to get the space in the shoe.
Yeah, but again, to have to do what he did in some type of
as much as we want to go blister, it's one of those things again when you have it.
Well, and imagine walking.
That's my point. You walk
up and
the
down
course.
7,000 something yards.
Walk the course.
That's all the again. Yes. Like Tiger's 2010 U.S. Open, right? With basically he's on one leg.
Dude's on one leg, right? That's
and he played. Remember, he and Rocco played the full 18 on Monday,
right? So now he's a hero, right? He's a man's man. You got a blister, really, Rory?
Yeah, but apparently, I guess it's worse than. I mean, when you think, apparently it's worse than a blister.
Yeah, and again, you're walking the course and all that, and. So that's what I'm saying. Because the first thought is someone goes, blister? Come on, bro, you golfers. And I get that in theory, but we've all had those injuries where you don't realize it is what it can be until you actually have it and how irritating or how much it affects you.
Yeah, well, like you said, if I were to go out and stomp as hard as I could, or anybody, right on your pinky toe, and then tell you to go play around the golf and walk the course, which is what, 20, it's like a 4-mile walk, up and down and waiting, and then you have to put your weight on that foot every time you hit a shot.
And that's what I was going to say. Your feet are used for balance and weight shift. And
I mean, it's going to be, it's going to be problematic.
Right.
Again, is it Ronnie Lott cutting his finger off?
Is this dude in a cast?
No.
But it's one of those things you don't realize what it would do to affect you until you go to do something. You going, oh my God, I can't believe this is affecting me. And because like a baseball player, if you hurt that pinky toe in a certain way to where if it hurts you to shift your weight in the batter's box, it can affect a lot of things about your swing,
you're a pitcher,
power,
throw off the mound.
A pitcher, just little dorky things sometimes we all can laugh about can actually affect your game. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's Rory, and again, will he use that as a reason/excuse? I have no idea. I haven't seen his post.
Hey, by the way,
but he didn't play well.
You see him like Ronnie Lott, cut the toe. Cut the toe. Just cut the toe off.
Just cut it off.
Rory, seriously.
But again, to do what he did the other day sounds horrible.
Yeah, you're ripping off the nail and doing all that
horrible,
other stuff.
Man.
You ever had your toenail come off?
Yeah, one. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it
because I had a foot injury. Yeah, it was not. It's not pleasant, man.
It can be a thing.
It's not pleasant.
It can be a thing.
So anyway, sorry to gross everybody out, but you need to know. You need to know these things.
We're in the information business.
Yeah, you need to know that's what Rory did
we have
to himself the other night in order to try and alleviate the pain.
Yeah.
Whether it worked or not, I don't know. Just pop a couple of Aleve, right?
Yeah, right, man.
Free plug for Aleve.
There you go. Hey, just like football, get out the needle, baby. Shoot me up. Let me go play 18.
So we'll touch more on that, and we hope we haven't. Let me see if he no. We hope that we're going to be joined today by our great friend Bill McDonald, the former longtime Gamecock men's golf coach.
Nope.
He is actually in Philly, and will be at the tournament later this week. He's not there today, but he is in Philly today.
He can bring us back some pretzels and some cheesesteaks and some water ice and
Just water ice.
Water ice.
What is that?
You never had water?
Is that like an icy?
It's like an icy, just a different kind
Just
of thing.
Philly,
but it's
Philly
a
style?
Philly Northeast thing. Water, and it's Wooder. Water.
Okay.
Water, not water.
Is it good?
Water. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's good. And
is it a grown-up beverage too, or just a kid?
No, it's grown-ups crush that
No,
stuff.
I mean, if I wanted like a grown-up, like, can I add anything? I mean, is it one of those, or like a margarita or something?
No, not really.
Okay.
It's just.
So it's like an icy.
wholesome
Okay.
treat in
I was
the
just
summer.
curious. I didn't know if certain establishments might
they don't make daiquiris out of it or anything like that, or put
spike
a little something
in it.
I mean, I guess you could. You could let it melt.
It's Philadelphia.
Put a little something in it, and then freeze it back up.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it is Philly. I'm sure there's people in Philly who have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure probably know them. But yeah, you could do that. But yeah, maybe he can bring us back their soft pretzel.
Yeah. Yesterday, the NFL announced its international games. So today, they've announced the holiday schedule. My Broncos are playing on Thanksgiving Friday against the Steelers.
Yep. Steelers.
And I guess that day, I'll either be in this room or some other place ahead of the Carolina-Clemson game.
We'll be somewhere.
So how are you suggesting I watch the Broncos while I'm working?
We'll figure that out. So
I'll just be in here.
Because your focus will never venture away from the show.
I don't even know. Is that going to be one of these streaming games? Do I have to pay extra?
Probably. It's a Friday. I'm guessing.
Friday afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be streaming.
I mean, I have Netflix and Prime. Is there anything else they're going to stream it on?
Hey, maybe would Amazon jump into this thing?
That's Prime. I have that.
Yeah, okay, so you have Prime.
Yeah.
And I
have Netflix.
Yeah, you're probably one of those.
I'm spending way too much money on streaming, man. I thought I was saving money when all that with cable.
Add it up. Yeah. Add it up sometime, and you go like this. I'm not saving as much as I thought.
I'm not saving anything.
Because you're like me. I got Peacock. I got Paramount. I've got Prime. I got Netflix. I got the stupid Hulu, Disney,
I got YouTube
ESPN
TV
package.
with the sports package.
So I don't have the YouTube TV yet.
Well, I got that.
Yeah, so I'm getting dinged. Do you get little like alerts on your phone when your bank account gets dinged?
Yes. I
see it and I know it's streaming.
Yeah.
I'm getting killed by streaming.
No, I get it. All right, we'll get into those things for you too. Braves keep winning. I'm going to come back on the other side with, even though he's not joining us today, he was with us yesterday, but I have a statistic that would be guaranteed if he were listening to make David Cloninger head explode.
Okay.
When it comes to the Atlanta Braves.
I just got this on my own alert. I am a prince of a small African country, and I have billions of dollars in my bank account. Right now, we're being overthrown. I need a place to put it. Can I put it in your bank account? I'll give you $10 million. Oh,
you should do it.
Is that an alert? That's legit, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You should do that, man.
I should do that during the break. I'll give you some money.
$10 million.
I'll hook you up.
Get Dave to help you out with that.
A cool stat about the Braves next on the postgame show here on The Game.
Wow, what a play. The Game Network. Columbia, Charleston, Florence, and Myrtle Beach.
Since that win at Clemson by the Gamecocks, things haven't gone well. And when things don't go well, it's time to look back on the days when things were well. Yeah. Let's spin back to the good old days on the Game Network.
The Gamecocks are making history in Cleveland. They'll be the 10th team, the 5th program to go undefeated and win the national championship. They will avenge their loss to Iowa from last year. The clock ticks down. 2 seconds to play. Celebration in Cleveland. Perfection wears garnet and black. Game over.
Gamecocks are in the Final Four.
Now that's some good feels right there. From 107.5 The Game and the Game Network. Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet studio. Herndon Chevrolet is your hometown dealer. Stop by today or shop online 24/7 at HerndonChevy.com.
This is Larry Leitner, owner and founder of Midstate Roofing, and for nearly 30 years, we've continued to be the proven leader in the roofing and waterproofing industry. Midstate Roofing's proven history is your assurance that our professionals at Midstate Roofing will provide the proper advice, service, and results to the needs of your facility in a manner both safe and pleasing to your operation. From high-rise to hospitals, manufacturing to industrial, Midstate Roofing designs and installs bonded systems with a protective guarantee that will keep your operation dry and running long into the future. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And this is Blake Leitner, reminding you to protect that roof with a maintenance contract. Call me today at 803-356-1919 or online at midstateroofing.com. That's midstateroofing.com.
You'll speak to an on-call technician after hours or a Midstate Roofing staff member during hours at 803-356-1919 or online at midstateroofing.com. And as always, tell them Midstate Twins.
If you have a leak, let Midstate Roofing take a peek.
Columbia, Josh loves the spring, but he hates to paint, so he called Rhino Shield.
We have a cedar-sided home at the edge of the woods, painted like 1980s beige. We wanted something that was more of a mid-century and modern look. We were driving around and we saw a sign in somebody's yard that said Rhino Shield. It's not paint.
It's not paint, it's better.
We gave Rhino Shield a call, and they were fantastic with the arrangement on the schedule. The 25-year guarantee was important to us. This is our forever home, and we want to make sure that whatever we're doing is going to last a long time.
Columbia, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield now for 15% off the regular price.
I'd say if you're thinking about Rhino Shield, just do it. It's been 2 years now, and it still looks like the day it went on.
Here's owner Dan Hoey.
This offer's limited, so call today at 833-RHINO-99 or visit RhinoShieldCarolina.com. Don't paint.
Don't vinyl. Go Rhino.
Don't paint. Don't vinyl. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Want to unlock the power of athlete marketing to grow your business? Garnet Trust has recently launched a business membership program, making it easier than ever for your business to work directly with the USC student athlete. Visit garnettrust.com today or call 803-250-1765 to see your business boom.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. What are your rights and responsibilities? Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
1201 Main Street, Columbia.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying two phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hate paying for streaming? Well, the 107.5 The Game app is free. Yes, free. Just download the 107.5 The Game app.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 107.5 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube.
Minutes after 3 o'clock on this Thursday. Welcome back in, Jay and Terry with you. We'll get a quick segment in here before we make way for our good friend Ben Portnoy, who's been busy this week again covering the ACC spring meetings down in Amelia Island. But he has obviously been on top of what's going on with the business of college athletics of late. We'll try to squeeze in some of what he might have learned about basketball expansion, but that one's done. Football expansion really taking front and center right now. But before I do that, I didn't come up with this. I saw this on one of the Braves beat writers' Twitter feed. The last 3 major league teams to have at least an 8-game divisional lead on May 13th are the 2017 Houston Astros, 2016 Chicago Cubs.
They're pretty good.
2007 Boston Red Sox.
They were all pretty good. You know what they all did?
I do. That's why I'm giving you this stat. They all won the World Series. So I was going to call up to New York and tell Rob Manfred to go ahead and just cancel the season.
Just book it.
And just give the Braves the trophy now. But apparently they don't do it that way.
They don't?
You have to keep playing.
Really? You sure about that?
Yeah. I found that out.
Okay.
But the Braves currently have a 9-game lead in the National League East. They are playing good baseball, man. They are.
Honestly, I mean, look, we have fun with it, but they're, I was looking at it earlier today.
And again, Cloninger head, even if he's not listening right now, just exploded.
I mean, if you look at the Braves.
Sorry, Dave.
They have the best ERA in the majors. Fantastic pitching so far this year. Home run wise, I think they're second. I believe they're first in runs scored in the majors.
They're first in runs scored and first in fewest runs allowed.
That's a nice combination. Last time I checked, Jay.
I like it.
Last time I checked, Jay, that's a great combo.
I like it. And you know what? Last year, they're definitely decimated by injury. But another thing, too, is even when they didn't have some injury, like the bullpen just really faltered last year.
And this year, you look at Suarez and Iglesias at the back end of this bullpen, dude.
The bullpen has pitched, in this series, I think 10 straight scoreless innings against the Cubs. They're killing it.
Let me give you. I'm gonna try to find this real.
They're killing.
We're talking.
So that's
keep talking for a second.
That's a good thing.
Keep talking.
But
for
Matt
a second.
Olson's doing his thing. Ozzie is healthy.
Well, and think about this: the Braves are doing this, and Ronald Acuna Jr. has been hurt or ineffective.
He's had his moments, but he's been he comes. I think he comes off the IL this weekend.
And think about this too: Austin Riley's slugging percentage is like .320.
Yeah, but Austin's last,
better.
I think his last 10 games, the numbers are coming up.
But just think if he gets going, Acuna Jr. gets back to being Acuna Jr. Olson's having one of those good Matt Olson years.
Yeah.
And get ready for this, by the way. Guess how many teams have a better bullpen ERA than the Braves?
I don't know that anybody does.
One.
Okay.
Barely. The Rangers at 3.07,
Okay.
Braves 3.10.
Okay.
So the bullpen that was a disaster last year, right now has got the second best bullpen ERA in the majors, and the starters obviously have number 2 in starter ERA behind Tampa.
Yeah. Who, by the way, man,
they're on a heater.
Yeah.
They're on a heater.
They've won 16 of 18.
Yeah, they're on a heater, man.
It'd be nice if they actually had fans that went.
Well, a fan for every win.
Basically.
I'll tell you, our boy, and we love him dearly, Heath will go to his grave telling me if they put a ballpark in Tampa, a nice ballpark in Tampa, that the attendance will shoot up. He said the biggest problem is, and I call it an airplane hangar with bases in St. Pete. It's awful.
It is.
It is awful.
Well, not only that, but it's really old.
It's old. Remember, they built that to get the Giants, dude. Remember that?
They were going to get the Giants or the White Sox.
They were chasing those teams, and they built that eyesore.
It first. Yeah.
And it's awful.
Because I remember going down there, my high school baseball, I know I told you this, but I'll just say again, my high school baseball team used to go to St. Pete.
Mm-hmm.
We would go for 10 days.
Yeah.
During spring break, we gave up our spring break to go play, but it was fun. Man, we had a good time. And listen, we got a few days over on St. Pete Beach. It was nice.
Nothing wrong with that.
As high school kids, but we played like 2 baseball games a day and did training and everything, and it was a lot of the old Al Lang complex is where we went. Anyway, I remember driving past that thing when it was brand new, and we were all like, "So nobody plays there?
Right.
You built this giant dome, and
just sitting there,
nobody's going to use it."
It was awful.
So meanwhile, like Al Lang Stadium downtown, where the Mets had their spring training, was cool, man. It was
it
cool.
really?
Yeah, it was a cool little St. Pete downtown. We didn't spend any time in Tampa other than going to the airport. But seriously, we did. That's all we did was go to the airport.
Yeah.
But nevertheless,
but your Braves, you look at, eye test, stats, you look at everything, and it's all trending in a fantastic direction. So
and tonight, look, I I hope they sweep the Cubs because I want the Braves to win every game they play. But tonight you get to go for a sweep against a good Cubs team with Chris Sale on the hill.
Absolutely.
So
Chris Sales, again, 2.20. By the way, attendance, you talking about attendance real quick just for fun. I did this just for my own selfish reason. Atlanta's 10th in the majors. We're talking about Tampa. They're 27th.
Yeah.
Ready? Pittsburgh's 28th. Miami's 29th. And that team that has no home was 30th.
Yeah. Well, they're playing in a minor
league ballpark.
But for Pittsburgh to have Skeens, I guess the days he's pitching, maybe they threw a few more out there.
Well, the problem with that is the guy that owns the Pirates, a dude named Bob Nuttick. Bob Nuttick is one of the richest owners in baseball if you look at net worth, and he won't spend on that team. That's a guy that should be thrown out of baseball.
Yeah.
What he's doing in Pittsburgh, look, it's a football town, but they've also loved the Pirates. The Pirates used to be good year after year after year.
The Pirates used to be a dominant force.
One of the best franchises in the National League
From
year
the
in,
late
year out.
60s to the early 90s, the Pirates were great.
What this guy has done is criminal.
And really longer than that before I was growing up. But I mean, you know, the whole Willie Stargell era.
Roberto
and then
Clemente in the 60s.
Into Bonilla and Bonds.
Remember the shot, Bill Mazeroski's home run in the early 60s for the Pirates to win the World Series. What that guy Nuttig has done, and this is my problem, rich guys always protect rich guys. This guy is an embarrassment.
Yeah, it is unfortunate because apparently the ballpark is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. PNC Park is nice.
Yeah,
and this guy. But anyway, Braves.
So there you go. So
the Pirates and Braves are doing well.
To share it again, the last three teams that are in the position the Braves are in right now in their division all won the World Series. So
it's over.
Take heart,
You're
Braves
telling me
fans.
it's over.
Take heart. All right, we'll come back on the other side. Our good friend Ben Portnoy will join us. He's been covering the ACC spring meetings. How might that project into what the SEC will be doing down in Florida in a couple of weeks? And what more did Ben learn when it comes to the future of the college football playoff? Ben Portnoy, Sports Business Journal, joins us right after this.
All my sports. The Game Network. 107.5 The Game in Columbia. 96.9 The Game in Charleston. 100.3 The Game in Myrtle Beach. And 100.5 The Game in Florence.
This hour of in-show listening on 107.5 The Game is sponsored by QC Kinetics in West Columbia, the non-surgical regenerative orthopedic specialists of the Midlands. Request your consultation today by dialing pound 250 and use keyword QC Kinetics.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Like our original gold-rimmed Bluebell homemade vanilla, the country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Piggly Wiggly and IGA supermarkets.
Looking for a truck dealership that treats you like family? Come to Herndon Chevrolet, your truck headquarters, proudly serving Lexington and the Midlands for over 50 years. Whether you're after a brand new Silverado, a tough pre-owned truck, or expert service, you'll find it all right here with a huge selection and the best truck deals around. There's no better place to shop. Visit HerndonChevy.com or stop by today.
Herndon Chevrolet, Herndon makes you wanna smile.
Hey guys, it's Jay Phillips for AAA Heating and Air. You know, every homeowner's dream is a house that cleans itself, right? Well, we might not be able to do that, but what if you could clean your air without lifting a finger, even when you're sleeping? AAA Heating and Air offers indoor air quality products that do just that. These products work with your HVAC system to improve your home's air quality. Cleaning the air eliminates common household odors, removes allergens and pollutants, and can even improve sleep and reduce the spread of some viruses. And remember, at AAA Heating and Air, home comfort is their top priority. Call today to schedule a seasonal maintenance appointment. Let AAA Heating and Air's qualified technicians put your mind at ease with a thorough inspection and cleaning of your heating and cooling system. Join their popular AAA Comfort Club to take advantage of extras like flexible visits, added discounts, and priority scheduling. Let AAA Heating and Air take your comfort to the next level. Call 803-677-1500 and schedule today.
AAA Air when you need us. AAA Heating and Air.
Do you have gold you don't need? Are you looking to get cash? At Traditions Fine Jewelers, it only takes a few minutes for them to check, but you'll be amazed at what cash it brings. Did you know if you had gold the size and weight of a quarter, you would generate $177 in 10 karat or $248 in 14 karat? Want to trade your gold? The same quarter gold would generate $303 in 10 karat or $425 in 14 karat. Traditions Fine Jewelers, Sunset Boulevard in Lexington, or at the Village at Sandhills. Always giving you more for your gold.
Want to unlock the power of athlete marketing to grow your business? Garnet Trust has recently launched a business membership program, making it easier than ever for your business to work directly with a USC student athlete. Visit garnettrust.com today or call 803-250-1765 to see your business boom.
The cost of higher ed seems higher than ever. So for most, there's a difference between what scholarships cover and what school really costs. Fortunately, South Carolina Student Loan has been helping students and families close that price tag gap for 50 years. We're here for you to help cover tuition, books, meals, housing, and other educational expenses. Plus, because we're a not-for-profit, we're able to offer competitive rates and flexible options. So get the money you need for school today at scstudentloan.org.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Listen, it is not too late to stop this. Do not do this. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. It's damn near perfect. It's beautiful as it is. Stop trying to fix what ain't broke. And stop telling me that the tournament isn't the tournament unless the 15th place team in the SEC gets in. Stop jerking with the best event in all of sports, you pigs.
The Jim Rome Show podcast. What's your beef? Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 1075 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube.
3:32 on a Thursday afternoon. Welcome back in. It's the Postgame Show. Jay Phillips, Terry Ford with you. Coming up top of the hour, we will indeed be joined by our good friend, Coach Bill McDonald, who is up in the Philadelphia area as the PGA Championship, the second major of the season, underway. Not a lot of blistering scores out there today. Some 3-unders, some 2-unders, some big names that are not playing well right now. And I'll be pulling against Patrick Reed for most of the afternoon.
Oh, so it's just a day that ends in Y.
Correct. He is currently 1 under through 6.
Now, does Portnoy have this Patrick Reed hate like you?
I don't know. I know he's a big golf fan, so let's find out. Ben Portnoy joins us, Sports Business Journal, covering the business of college athletics after his time on the beat here in Columbia covering the Gamecocks. How do you feel about Patrick Reed?
I don't know if I have the same vitriol, but I will say that shirt that he was wearing today was a war crime. So if nothing else, that was rough.
Yeah. There's not a golfer on the planet that I pull harder against than Patrick Reed. I'll just go ahead and admit that. But that's not what we're here to talk about, Mr. Portnoy. So let's move on. You got to go down to Amelia Island, maybe get a little sun, have a little time on the beach, but most importantly, cover the ACC spring meetings. Jim Phillips, no relation, saying that he's in favor of a 24-school playoff because it provides hope to his membership. I didn't think hope was the word I would hear when it came to the stance of the ACC on expanded playoff schools. What do you think?
I think it's a matter of hope, but really what he's saying is a matter of access, right? Like, I think that, look, as it exists right now, the SEC and the Big Ten are going to dominate, for the most part, the spots in the CFP at 12 teams. Even if you go up to 16 teams, like, you're probably still not changing too much if you're the ACC or the Big 12. And I think that, if you look at 24 teams, if it were to be essentially 24 straight at-large teams, I think you feel pretty confident that the ACC is going to be able to benefit from that. Now, does that mean that the ACC is going to start getting, 6-8 teams into the field? Like, probably not. But I do think it means that, instead of it being maybe 2, you're looking at 4 or 5. And I think, that's certainly a huge difference and certainly impacts the league's TV ratings and other things of that sort. So, I think it's not hard to see why, they or the Big 12 or others are kind of in this boat or have come around on this boat.
Yeah, Ben, just the point of the ACC, really more than the others, is this also, and I know they're not going to talk about this out loud, this is also a way to keep your league together, right? And not worry, and you're trying to hope to keep your league together because you've changed, a lot of the mechanisms to where you can get out of this down the road a little bit, where it's not as daunting. How much of this also say, hey, we got 4 bids just like everybody else, man. You don't want to go anywhere. Well, we're okay here. How much of that is also your hope to not lose members of your league down the road?
Yeah, they're not going to say it out loud, but they'll call their friendly neighborhood sports writers and talk about it so that we can talk about it, right? It's pretty much how this goes. But no, I mean, I think, look, I think it's no secret that there's certainly some consternation in the ACC from schools like Florida State and Clemson and others, just generally about access and resources and things of that nature. And I think that, something I asked a lot of administrators around Amelia Island, and I've had in conversations I've had since I got back, yesterday or the day before, is that I think that, anecdotally, I think a lot of people see it as if this thing goes to 24, for college football to continue to exist roughly as it does now, even if it's just the Power 4, or even if it's 100 schools or whatever the magic number is, right? Like 24 is kind of the only way that happens. I think that if you stay at 12, you're going to continue to see a lot of irritation from the SEC and the Big Ten. I think that 16 doesn't really resolve that problem, and I think that 24 at least you're not fighting an uphill chance, or you're not going to be a 1-bid league, for example, right? I think that to me at least, and again in my conversations with folks around the league and around the college sports, like that to me is part of why the 24-team playoff makes a lot of sense for the Big 12 and the ACC as well. It keeps this sort of general structure probably together at least for a little while longer.
Talking to Ben Portnoy, the Sports Business Journal, on what the future of the CFP may look like. Speaking of saying some quiet parts out loud, I don't know how secretive Disney wants it to be when it comes to their desire to keep this thing at 12. That's a selfish business reason as much as anything else, and it could be a good selfish. But Jim Phillips letting everybody know that ESPN execs are telling the conferences, we want to keep this thing at 12. Maybe it goes to 14, no more than 16. How much does that matter to some of these really, let's face it, decision makers, the presidents of these schools and the commissioners, Ben? Do they, dare I ask, care what Disney wants right now?
Well, it's a really interesting push-pull, and I spoke with 4 or 5 ESPN people this week, and they said the same thing, right? That ESPN, and this has been largely believed. I don't know if anyone has publicly acknowledged it, but it's largely been believed for at least about a year or two that ESPN preferred a 12-team playoff. But I think it's important to take a step back and explain kind of why that is. And the reality is that ESPN owns and operates essentially the playoff right now, right? They have exclusivity to the 12 games, or the 12-team playoff and the games that are played as part of that. Now, they've sub-licensed a few games to TNT and things like that, but effectively they have control over the whole thing. If this were to go as it is written, the MOU or the contract essentially that's in place for the new CFP deal that went into effect this year in 2026, the ESPN only gets first dibs on games if it were to go up to, I believe, 14.
Yep, 14.
And that's not really being discussed right now. But up to 14, ESPN has exclusivity to that. Beyond that, those games would probably go out to the market. And I think there's a question of, A, does Disney want to spend another, make up a number, $400 million for those games? Is Fox going to come in and spend whatever they're going to spend in order to get into the CFP deal? Is another network going to come in? I think that's a really real question, and I think that's part of why, if you're ESPN, like twofold, right? And it's not quite this simple, but like, one, why would you want to pay more for a product you already control? And two, why do you want to invite sort of competitors into the market in the sense of Fox is really the big one and their stake that they have with the Big Ten and the Big Ten Network and some other things. But I think that's really important. And I think too, honestly, and I think this is sort of the calculus that's being, discussed among, administrators on the conference and the school side, but also at the TV network side is like, what are these games worth? So if you go from a 12-team playoff to a 24-team playoff, you're adding about 8 games. And most of those games, again, are going to be added at the lower levels, right? It's first and second round games, basically. So are you, and I sort of joked about this with someone the other day, and I say this lovingly as I really do love the Dukes Mayo Bowl folks. They're good friends. But, are you essentially taking the Dukes Mayo Bowl and slapping a CFP logo on it and calling it a first-round game? Like, from a TV executive perspective, that game is obviously not worth the same as adding another semifinal or whatever a semifinal is worth or quarterfinal or things like that. So, like, if the TV deal currently is worth, it's worth a little bit more than this, but basically $1 billion, it's not as simple as saying, hey, cool, we're adding 12 more teams, we're doubling the size, so now this thing's worth $2 billion, right? Like, it's really probably a lot less than that. And I think that creates an interesting sort of math equation for a lot of people of, like, what is this worth if you add these games? On top of the fact that you're probably getting rid of the conference championship games, which across the Power Four generates, somewhere around $200 million or more. So if you're basically having to recoup that $200 million, how much are you really actually making in top-end revenue if you add games and things that aren't, certainly at the same level as the games that they are now? I think it's a real interesting question and a real sort of, again, a lot of sliding pieces and a lot of moving pieces, sort of sliding doors and moving pieces to this. But I think that that's sort of the general gist of why this conversation is so convoluted and complicated.
You nailed what I was going to go to. All right, there's one man on an island named Greg Sankey. He's wearing his Speedo and got his cape. Jay's head just exploded. He didn't want to go to 24. Forget the reasons. He said, I want to go 24. One is there's 50 million reasons called the SEC championship game. But if you're the lone wolf and everybody else wants to go to this 24, how is Greg Sankey and the SEC going to, is it as simple as give us $60, $70 million and we'll get rid of our SEC championship game and go to 24? Is it more convoluted than that?
I mean, I think you're not that far off. Like, the reality is like, whatever, the Power Four are basically the only conferences that are making money off their conference championship games. And even then, it's minimal. So I would say that, for them to go to 24, which is going to entail getting rid of conference championship games, probably, you have to be made whole on that revenue somehow, right? And, like, ESPN or whoever, or excuse me, the SEC is not just going to walk away willy-nilly from $100 million. Like, shoot, they're not going to walk away from $10 million, let alone $100 million. So I think that, it's, to your point, it's not actually that much more complicated than, they need to be made whole on that. And I think that that's where it becomes a tricky proposition of, if you're saying that these, let's use kind of simple numbers here, but, like, if you're saying that these new games are worth $400 million, and that's probably being a little optimistic based on some of the conversations I've had with, media rights folks around this, and the Power Four conference title games are worth about $200 million, you're really talking about basically $200 million of new money into the system. And then you've got to go and split that across the Power Four and then across the group of six. And then you start trickling it down across the schools and so on and so forth. And, like, if you do sort of the back of the napkin math, it's not actually that much more money flowing into the system as you would think of on paper. Hey, we're doubling the size of the field, it's going to make us a bunch more money. Like, the actual new money, when you do kind of the back of the napkin math, isn't really all that much, especially if you're getting rid of the conference title games.
Good stuff as always, sir. I know this story is far from complete. We'll check in around the SEC meetings and see how much farther we get. Appreciate you as always.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
That's our buddy Ben Portnoy, bportnoy15 to follow on Twitter, sportsbusinessjournal.com. I want to follow up with some of the things he had to say, and we'll open the vault after this.
Wow, what a play. The Game Network. Columbia, Charleston, Florence, and Myrtle Beach.
Hey, this is Tyler Head from 107.5 The Game and The Game Network. If you run a diner, bakery, coffee shop, burger joint, pizza spot, or that hidden gem everybody should know about, how would you like to get the word out about your business without spending a dime? Well, we got you. All you have to do is text your name, your business, and your phone number to 803-404-6100, and and we'll be in touch. There is no catch. Times are tough, and we're here just trying to help you get folks in the door of your business.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver confirmed on Wednesday the league will propose a change to the NBA draft lottery later this month. Essentially, the 3-2-1 system will punish the 3 teams with the worst records to try and deter teams from tanking for the top pick. How do you ever get better and out of a bad situation from the bottom of the standings? Leave the draft lotto the way it is. I'm Chris Black.
Yo, it's Jay Uso from WWE, and I'm Jimmy Uso. Chumba Casino and WWE are hyped for the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam. I know, I can't wait. There's nothing better to do while we're waiting than playing Chumba Casino. Sign up today, and you could win a VIP experience with Chumba Casino and WWE for SummerSlam. So what are you waiting for? Play Chumba Casino and enter for your chance to win. Let's Chumba. Yeah.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 1075 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube. Time to open the vaults, sponsored by Purple Wave Auction. It's the Postgame Show on the Game Network.
11 minutes in front of 4 o'clock on this Thursday. Welcome back in. Jay and Terry with you. Thanks again to Ben Portnoy for joining us, talking a little CFP expansion. We'll get back into some of that next hour. There's one thing I will say. He's right, Terry. We mentioned this about the basketball tournament. There are a lot of similarities with this expansion. And looking at the two sports, because the cynics for the basketball, it's all about the money. Well, you know what? Really, the money they're getting is basically going to cover the cost of the extra logistics. They're really not bringing in like pure profit, as you and I talked about, and what Ben was kind of alluding to with football. They're not adding a new Final Four. that's going to bring all these eyeballs. You know, there's like, hey, we have 2 Final Fours now. You're bringing in play-in games where the bulk of people that care about this tournament aren't going to be tuned in. And it's going to be, again, not trying to pick, the games are going to be on True TV and stuff. And nobody knows what that is.
Right.
But that's what, basically in basketball, they kind of admitted what we need is enough money to cover the extra travel, the extra hotels, the extra room and board, the extra meeting space, renting another arena and paying that staff. That's what we need here. The same principle would hold true. He's not wrong for football. Again, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I'm just being real about it. But the James Madison, Oregon type games, right? Or again, if I know he was kidding about the Dukes Bowl, which is usually 2 6-6 teams. But let's be a little more real. It might not be a whole lot different than like the Music City Bowl.
I would say, you can look at what we would call, I'm blanking here. A Gator Bowl could get involved in this thing.
Like a Gator or even an Outback where, they're New Year's games. I'm air quoting a little bit, but you've probably got 8 and 4s going against each other in those games. Nothing wrong with that. But when you're trying to grab the casual or maybe some of the NFL fans to watch your product when the games matter more, I'm not sure they're looking at 8 and 4 matchups in the opening round going, oh, that's a game I got to watch. Now, if you're an alum or, dare I say, a rival who hates,
that never happens.
You may want to tune in. And if you're a diehard college football fan, then they've already got you.
Right.
But otherwise, it's not like adding a semifinal.
And that's the thing, because the thing here, and it's just like, what it is like basketball is very simple. This is giving the power leagues more access to make the playoffs to get more money by that route. This isn't the TV route of giving you more TV money. This is about getting your more power league teams in the college football playoff or the NCAA tournament because of the money you get from that angle. That's where the money's coming from, not from the TV networks are ripping up their deals tomorrow.
And how much is that going to be? It's not going to be very much. Like Ben's right. It's when you finally break out all of it down into the sort of Reaganomics trickle down effect. It's not going to be that much.
This is the thing, too. We have to understand, this isn't about the money as much as the prestige of playing in the college football playoff.
Right.
That's the basketball is different because it's 165 million teams. But for football, for an example, you go to 24, South Carolina makes the college football playoff. Do you think anybody here gives a bleep how much money you're getting from the unit of whatever?
No.
You're jumping up and down. You made the college football playoff. Everybody's going to be watching it. Shane Beamer gets a 50-year contract extension and a statue next to Asia Wilson. That's what you're getting, right?
Well, yeah.
And that's really the pull of this thing is all these leagues want more of their teams in the college football playoff. And that's the SEC and the Big 12 is, we want to expand this out because we want the chance to get more than one team in, or God forbid, none like the ACC almost had.
Right.
That's really what this is. And your Stuart Mandel said it pretty interesting in his article. A bunch of short-sighted folks who are looking at this the totally wrong way are the ones making the decisions on this. Because it is short-sighted. And it's about more pumping your chest out to make it, plus getting a little bit extra money in the bank. And like I asked Ben, how much of this, too, is to hope you can keep the ACC together longer because now they have as much access as the other leagues?
Yeah, and that'll matter for the next 5 or 6 years.
And then when everything changes, it won't matter anymore.
Right.
And that's the other part of this, Jay. Everything matters for a minute, and then you know what it does? Doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
So
that's fair.
That's where we're at. Good vault.
You got one. You got time real quick.
You get one.
Yeah, you got one.
This day, 1997, Baseball Executive Council suspended New York Yankee owner George Steinbrenner for suing other team owners. It was the... So, George. Remember,
Stein wants a calzone.
I think the greatest employee in the history of Yankee baseball was George Costanza.
Sure.
I don't think number 2 is even close.
How could you trade Jay Buhner?
So good. So good. All right.
All right, Bill McDonald.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet studio. Herndon Chevrolet is your hometown dealer. Stop by today or shop online 24/7 at herndonchevy.com.
The first round is already underway. But the good news is you got 3 more rounds. Right now, as we speak, the Corn Ferry Tour Round 1 is happening, the Colonial Life Charity Classic. And just real quick, leaderboard. Zach Blair leading by a stroke after 1 round. You can still go tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. Get yourself a ticket. Go to coloniallifecc.com. And if you are under 15, a military member, or a college student, you get in for free. Going on now. Again, Zach Blair with a 1-stroke lead over Paul Peterson. It's right down the highway at the Colonial Life Charity Classic. Good times, family, great atmosphere. coloniallifecc.com. Still 3 rounds to go, so you can watch some great golf. It's at the Wood Creek Golf Club. Again, go to coloniallifecc.com to get tickets and more information. The first annual Colonial Life Charity Classic with the Corn Ferry Tour going on right now.
AAA heating and air. The spring is here. Dust, pollen, spring cleaning, all those important things. But have you even thought about the air quality inside your home? How are those air ducts holding up? Well, AAA Heating and Air is ready to help you. Visit them on the website. Call AAAtoday.com. Again, that's call AAAtoday.com. Call AAA Heating and Air and tell them Bill Gunner sent you.
AAA Air when you need us. AAA Heating and Air.
Looking for a truck dealership that treats you like family? Come to Herndon Chevrolet, your truck headquarters, proudly serving Lexington and the Midlands for over 50 years. Whether you're after a brand new Silverado, a tough pre-owned truck, or expert service, you'll find it all right here with a huge selection and the best truck deals around. There's no better place to shop. Visit HerndonChevy.com or stop by today.
Herndon Chevrolet, Herndon makes you wanna smile.
If your lawnmower sat all winter, you're running out of time to get it ready for spring. Now for a limited time, Cato's Power Equipment is offering special spring service pricing with push more tune-ups starting at $100 and zero-turn services starting as low as $200. Let Cato's get your equipment tuned up and ready for the mowing season ahead. Need help getting your mower to us? Pickup and delivery starts at just $50. Don't wait. Call or stop by Cato's Power Equipment today and get your mower ready before the grass takes over. Visit catospowerequipment.com.
Are you considering a new roof or repairs but unsure where to start? Crescent Construction offers free roofing estimates to help you make informed decisions with ease. Our expert team is ready to assess your needs and provide comprehensive insights. Visit our website, crescentcarolina.com, to learn more about our services and schedule your free estimate today. Trust us to guide you through the process with professionalism and care. Don't wait. Contact us today at crescentcarolina.com.
Taking care of your car has never been easier. Hi, I'm Brandon at Wetzel's Automotive. We provide top-notch maintenance services from fluid checks to engine diagnostics, ensuring your vehicle stays reliable and efficient. Every service includes a complimentary 28-point inspection to give you peace of mind. Drive confidently knowing your car is in expert hands. Visit us at 2017 Augusta Road in West Columbia or online at wetzel'sauto.com.
Gamecock Nation, it's getting hot in here. And at Gamecock Traditions, they're turning up the heat with 30% off sweats all May long. That's right, hoodies, crews, and more. Now 30% off. Whether you're gearing up for cool mornings, late night tailgates, or just repping the Cox in style, now is the time to stock up and save big. But hurry, this offer ends May 31st. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Gamecock Traditions. For Gamecocks, by Gamecocks.
Your home for the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game. WNKT Eastover, Columbia. A Cumulus media station. The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 107.5 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube.
O'clock here on a Thursday afternoon. Welcome back in. Second hour of the post-game show coming at you from the Herndon Chevy Studios in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. Along with Terry Ford, I'm Jay Phillips. Thank you so much for being with us. Once again, thank you to Ben Portnoy for joining us in the last half hour, talking a little college football playoff expansion or not. Potential college football playoff expansion. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. We'll see.
You know what? You and I have been doing this together for almost 5 years.
Yeah.
Have we ever not had this same conversation in every talking season? Since you and I
we've seen it expand. We have, at least during that time, we've seen it expand. Will it expand again?
College football playoff expansion, conference expansions. It's all we do, man. This is our thing.
That's the business of the stud. That's where things are.
Great, just to go hang out at golf courses and play golf and chill.
Well, I've been angling for that for years, man.
You know anybody who just does that for a living?
I do. He's our next guest. He is the coach. And, again, right up there with, again, we think top 3 all-time guest appearances on the show.
I think this appearance past Cloninger. You took the lead again, Coach.
I don't know where it is. We should. Somebody needs to run and tally. He's Bill McDonald, the longtime former Gamecock men's golf coach, and enjoying life. You're in Philadelphia right now, not at the tournament yet, but you will be this weekend. But how are things in Eastern PA?
Windy and chilly, my man. It was. I just got off the golf course. Actually, at a Gil Hance design course. French Creek. Gil Hance did a restoration to Aronimink around 2016, 2017. So I played one of his courses today with some friends that I was hosting, and then I'm going to make it over to the event on Saturday. And I did get in time just to see. I mean, we're 30 minutes down the road from there, and it was breezy and tough for us today. And it looks like Aronimink's kicking some tail.
Tell us more. I don't know if you've played. I know I always ask you, and Aronimink has not had a major championship since the 1960s, so it's been a long time. They've had some USGA events, but not to this level. But a Donald Ross course, long, wide, tons of bunkers and things like that. But A, have you played it? And B, what makes this a challenge? Because so far, and maybe it is the weather, Coach, not a lot of low scores right now.
Yeah, it is a big golf course, and I have not played it. I've been out there a couple of times. I just was playing a course down the road from there last summer, and I just wanted to see it. And it's a big, expansive place. They, like a lot of the restorations that have taken place over the last 10 years or so, they took a lot of trees out. They've added some, sort of Gil Hance has done his own style of bunkering, which is sort of unique, but still fits the Ross narrative. And then the greens are diabolical in places. I know that's probably given the guys fits today with how breezy it is. They're very fast. I don't think it's that challenging for a lot of these guys off the tee in terms of, they can just let it rip. So I'm not surprised that what I call the rabbits, the guys that are going to get out front early in the race, might be some of the longer hitters. Potgieter, however you pronounce it, is one of the longest players in golf, and not surprised to see, and Akshay Bacha is a good example too, somebody who really bombs it, but has a lot of creativity. He's a player I would expect to do well there also. But I'm really disappointed or sort of surprised that Rory struggled. I thought that would be a really good fit for him and probably could be, with playing, maybe get it back tomorrow. But I think the golf course is I've learned a lot about it from my father-in-law, who's played it quite a few times, and he just says the greens are really some of the most challenging in this area of the mainline classic golf courses. It's really known for its greens.
Coach Bill McDonald with us, hanging up at PGA Championship. I was getting ready to say to you, my first question was, how in the hell do you say the leader's name? I even went to YouTube, and I heard 10 different people call it 10 different ways. So I'm like,
I believe it's Potgieter.
I think it's Potgieter too. Yeah. But I heard it people butchering it all over broadcast. If you look up and down this board, Coach, you see a lot of names. People go the casual golf fan would go, who is that? I do see Justin Thomas a stroke back. I also see Xander Schauffele, I think, also a stroke back as well. When you see a board like this, Coach, and it's a lot of people who typically aren't consistently in contention at majors, and you're a Justin Thomas or a Schauffele or even Rory for that matter, are you feeling okay that these are guys that typically for 4 rounds, find a way to fall back, and you're feeling pretty good about yourself right now, or are you just really concentrating on you?
You're just concentrating. Well, first of all, it a lot of times has to do with the wave. And if you played early today with the conditions, how they are, which obviously I was able to experience a little bit of that in my own game, playing earlier would be better. Those guys are going to flip tomorrow where the guys who played early will play late. The guys who are really battling right now, and I guarantee you they'd all take an even par round or something around that in the afternoon, and they're going to try to go get it in the morning when it's typically less windy and a little more gettable. So you see those waves flip. A lot of times you see weird leaderboards or unusual leaderboards, especially at like the British Open, where you can get crazy conditions and variability between whether you play in the morning or afternoon. But that's a little bit of what's going on here. And you're going to see, I think you're going to see things really, but I'm excited about this event just to see a golf course with some teeth and some really some toughness being displayed because it makes even par a really quality round. And then you hope to get through those waves and then get to the weekend and maybe make your run. But it is shaping up to me to look like anything, in that 5 to 6 under range might be the winning number. It could be, if it really gets dicey, it could be there's just a few guys under par. This place doesn't look like it's going to give up a whole lot of low numbers.
It doesn't look like it so far. Anyway, you're absolutely right about that. Akshay Bhatia is at 3 under. He just missed a birdie putt a second ago that could have taken him to the sole lead. Sahith Theegala is at 2. And, Martin Keimer's up there. Minwoo Lee is a really good golfer. He's at 3 under. He's finished for the day. So there's some names that I think can hang around. In terms of Rory, he's got this blister issue, and I know some people are kind of ragging on him saying, oh, my God, it's a blister. But Terry and I were given details on some of the things Rory said he had to do to kind of perform some self-surgery of sorts, Coach, and it sounded quite horrible, actually. So, walking 7,000-plus yards on a bum foot and then having to use all that pressure, again, it's more than just a blister, but he's not going to want to use that as an excuse today for shooting 4 over, is he?
Well, I would. I was telling Terry before I came on the air, you really want to use every excuse you possibly can sometimes. But it's a lot of people make fun of golfers, say they're not athletes, that kind of thing, or what is golf really? But when you are putting 20,000-25,000 steps into what you're out there doing over the course of 4 to 5 hours, plus the stress of you're really, if you got a bum foot, man, that's tough. I mean, it's almost easier to deal with a back or shoulder or a little tweak like that. If your hands, the only thing your feet are on the ground, your hands are touching the club. If you have a hand injury or a foot injury, that is a really hard thing to deal with as a golfer. I'm not making light of it at all. It could be very painful. It could be something that he's tried to manage himself, but it actually could take a little time for him to heal from that, and makes it very difficult. I mean, it's just the game always has a way of exposing any little hangnail or any little thing. It makes you feel off, and because there's just so much precision required, and it could be a really difficult thing to deal with.
All right, Coach, worst injury you ever had? Were you like Tiger and play with a bone sticking out of your leg? Did you what's the worst injury you ever had to go roll 18 on?
So I actually played the National Club Pro Championship. This is back before I came over to coach at Carolina. This is the early 2000s, and I fell down some steps right before I left. I tore my ACL and I had 3 broken toes, and I went and played in a 72-hole event with a partially torn ACL and 3 broken toes. So it was, that was, and I'm not making that. That was really one of the hardest weeks of my life. But that's, and I've had, and then what curtailed my professional career was a wrist injury. So I'm pretty sensitive. Golf is pretty tough on the body. These guys are playing practice rounds. They're traveling all over the world. They're the 4 rounds of competition, it really does take a toll on you. So no small deal at all.
I want to hear the story of falling down the steps. I mean, what was that? I want the background, the dirt on that, Coach.
Okay. Well, I was late for a golf lesson and running down my steps at my house and they were carpeted and my foot went out from under me. I'm carrying a cup. I had coffee on the ceiling because I'm carrying a cup of coffee. I threw the coffee up in the air. I fell down the steps and next thing you know, I'm like, your ACL's messed up and you got 3 broken toes. So I taped them up and the doctor said if I was Atlanta Falcons orthopedist, he said, you'll be okay as long as you're not on any side slopes. Just hit it straight. and so that's all I tried to do. I made it through the week and had the surgery a little bit down the road after that. But maybe getting hit in the head playing option quarterback in my high school years, maybe there was a little bit of that left over.
All right. Well, speaking of being late, Garrett Higo of South Africa was late today by 1 minute for his tee time. Was penalized 2 strokes, but ended up shooting a 69 1-under par. So again, he shot 67 on the course, officially a 69. 1 minute, but it counted against him. How harsh is that?
Oh, that's happened to me as well. I've been BSing with guys on the putting green and been a minute late for tee time, and that was happened to me one time in a tournament where I was standing right there next to the tee box. I just wanted to tell some stories and cut up with some guys, and that stroked me too. And here we go. It's just one of those rules in golf where your time, you better be there. If you're not, it's and if you miss it, and then the group you're in has hit their second shot, you're disqualified.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. It was honestly one of the hardest things, not hardest things, but one of the things you worried the most about as a college golf coach is getting your guys there on time.
I believe it, especially college guys. I can believe that.
That could be a thing. So, it's a harsh rule, but I guarantee you if he was looking for adrenaline, I guarantee it ticked him off enough to where that blood got flowing, and that's a heck of a round of golf he played. And kudos to having the composure to deal with that in a really, really cool way.
Well, I saw his post round, and he basically did say, I think he was mad at himself. I think he was upset about the ruling, but he went out again. As the course goes, he shot 3 under. Again, for officially, it's just a 1 under.
Right.
But that's not bad.
No. All right, Coach. Who's going to be holding up the jug at the end of this thing, or the trophy for it, to the Wanamaker?
Well, I think if Scheffler can get it to the house today, I think it obviously is. I mean, he just excels in these kind of environments. I think the sneaky pick for me is Brooks Koepka in a way, because he's been grinding. He's coming back now. I think he's getting more comfortable, and he's just so good in the majors. I really like Akshay. I've just been a big fan of his since watching him as a kid, and I think this. I told my father-in-law last night. I said, when he was talking about the golf course and how open it was, or how not so much demanding off the tee, but hitting it long and being really creative into the greens and being able to handle your spin and hit different shots. Akshay's great at that. So, but PGA's also historically we've seen some interesting winners and people that you wouldn't really expect. So I think it'd be fun this year if we had somebody come from out of the pack we weren't really expecting, and with it so bunched up like it is, and potentially could stay that way, could be a really exciting weekend, and might really be a life moment, a change of career making, a defining situation we have.
As we're sitting right now, basically about half the field is within 4 shots of the top. So it's very tight. Great. Very tight. Coach, have fun this weekend. Enjoy it on Saturday. We'll hook up with you here real soon. But appreciate the time as always, and don't be be late for anything. Okay.
Tell you now, Coach is an animal. 3 broken toes, and tearing up his knee.
That's right.
Man.
Yeah. And coffee on the ceiling. That's hard to get out.
Hey, Coach, we appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you, bud.
Thanks for having me.
That's our good friend Bill McDonald, Coach Billy Mack. Good stuff. Billy Mack Golf to follow on Twitter. And he's up in Philly covering this one not covering it for us. Although we should just bug him on Saturday.
Sure, what the hell.
See what happens. All right, we'll get back into our CFP discussion here. I got one thought on who really wants this and why coming up.
All my sports. The Game Network. Network. 107.5 The Game in Columbia. 96.9 The Game in Charleston. 100.3 The Game in Myrtle Beach. And 100.5 The Game in Florence.
Powered by Integrated Media. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. For auto, home, and commercial glass. ShepherdsGlass.com. In Chapin and West Columbia. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. Shepherd's Glass. Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet studio. Herndon Chevrolet is your hometown dealer. Stop by today or shop online 24/7 at HerndonChevy.com.
Enjoy the last few mornings of opening up the windows in the house and letting that nice cold morning air in to cool things off, make you feel good, because pretty soon you can't do that around here, like as in the next couple of days, because it's going to be in the 90s. The humidity levels return. That's summer in South Carolina. But AAA Heating and Air is ready to make sure that the indoors of your home do not feel anything like the outdoors. Call them up, 803-677-1500, and get them in to make sure everything's ready to go with your AC system. Have it checked. If it's been a while, one of their techs can come in, give you a thorough inspection, make sure everything's good to go. And if it is, hey, thumbs up. You're going to be nice and cool. Maybe it's time for something new. Maybe your system is really old and inefficient. They can hook you up with a brand new system, save you $1,500 right off the top, and give you a 15-year parts and labor guarantee. We love the work they've done at our house. We know you will do the same thing. Call 803-677-1500 and tell them we sent you to AAA Heating and Air.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
Plus tax tags and title with approved credit. Call 866-243-4623 for details. JT's Car Apocalypse Sale is happening now at JT's Jeep Ram. Save thousands on brand new Jeeps and Rams to escape the zombie horde at back from the dead costs. We've got 0% for 72 months. We'll pay $5,000 over book value for your trade. Escape high gas prices with $1,000 in gas with every new vehicle. End of the world savings, and everything must go at JT's Jeep Ram, 378 Lexington or Greystone Boulevard. Declaration of Deal Sales Event.
If you have an IRS problem, getting accurate legal advice could help get all this behind you right now. Hi, I'm local attorney John Ecton with the Ecton Law Firm. To get the best results for our clients, we stay on top of the law and the IRS rules and regulations. It's important to us to get you back on track and in compliance legally without worry for your future. At the Ecton Law Firm, we've handled hundreds of cases for everyday hardworking people like you right here in the Carolinas. Don't face the IRS alone. Know your legal rights. Call me to set up your appointment. The first visit is completely free and confidential. You'll meet with a licensed attorney in person at our office in Irmo, just off I-26. If you're facing IRS wage levies, bank levies, or tax liens, call me, John Ecton, at 803-771-9800. That's 803-771-9800. Or go to EctonLawFirm.com. Carolinas, if you have an IRS issue, you need a local attorney. You need me, John Ecton.
Hey guys, Wes Mitchell from Gamecock Central here to make sure your business and property parking lots are kept available from any unwanted cars taking up your spots with Schroeder's Towing. For instance, you're coming in hot to the game studios for your show and you park next door in an unauthorized lot with signage that was provided for free from Schroeder's Towing. Next thing you know, the show is in the books and your car is out of the lot. It really is that simple. That's a true story. Call Schroeder's today and keep those unwanted cars out of your lots. Online at schroederstowing.net.
Just dial pound 250 and use the keyword tow truck.
Schroeder's Towing, the best and fastest hookers in town.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. What are your rights and responsibilities? Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
1201 Main Street, Columbia.
Everybody loves streaming till you have to pay for it. Just download the 107.5 The Game app and stream us for free.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 107.5 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube.
420 on this Thursday. Welcome back in. Jay and Terry with you. It's the postgame show. Thanks to Coach McDonald for joining us, as he does for pretty much every major and more when it comes to the golf world. But he's got some. He's with some friends. We could have kept him for longer, but he's got friends. He's up there. They're post round time. He's probably ready to go have a beer.
Yeah, just watch the steps.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Man, that's a story. I have so much more respect for the toughness of Coach McDonald after hearing that story.
Yeah,
My man went and played golf after all that.
I hear you.
That's pretty.
One day I'll talk to you about my four. I have 4 broken toes. Once.
Did you pitch?
No, it was before I was a pitcher.
You outfielder then?
No, we were playing indoor soccer and PE.
You broke 14. So
here's why. Yeah. So it was the last day of the first semester. It was December 1984. Where it's PE class with Coach Munson. We're playing indoor soccer in the basketball gym at school. And I am looking to sweep the indoor soccer ball away as a defender. And a guy named Jason Moore was coming in to try to score a goal. And neither one of us were very good at soccer at the time, so we both missed the ball.
Oh, God.
But Jason's, swinging his foot back to try to score, and I have my foot pointed down to try to lift and sweep. Well, my foot is pointed down towards the floor, and his is coming straight across. You can imagine. So he kicks me right in the right foot, I fractured my big toe. The other 4 were broken, and there was a hairline fracture between my second and third toes up into my foot. Again, last day of the semester, so Christmas holidays coming, and Carolina was going to the Gator Bowl in a couple of weeks to take on Oklahoma State. I was on crutches at the Gator Bowl, but I was going to the Gator Bowl.
You were there, pal.
And that game really sucked because Chris Wade dropped a pass. It would have been an easy touchdown, and Rusty Hilger, with 56 seconds left, right across from me where I was sitting, got the game-winning score for Oklahoma State to beat South Carolina.
4 broken toes and a fractured big toe and still miserable.
And on crutches.
I tell you, the worst thing for me, I've been pretty lucky, knock on wood, in my life with that stuff. Worst thing I ever did, pick up basketball, living in Seattle. I go baseline, going to flip a reverse. I go baseline, flip the reverse off the backboard. I'm coming down, land on some guy's foot with my ankle turned.
Ooh.
All you heard was boom, like a gunshot went off.
Oh, man, it popped. Yeah, it popped.
And I go down, and I get up like always. I get up, tie the shoe really tight like you do.
Sure.
Went to take one step to go back down court, and that was one step too many.
Yeah.
And I had to hop on one foot out there. I said, guys, the same fella's got to go. I got one foot. So I hop out the car, head off on home. I still didn't think it was anything, so I just did the ice thing that day. Woke up the next day, my ankle was as big as my head.
Yeah.
Went to the doctor, and I'm going to try to make this as politically correct as I can. So I go to the doctor in my, how you have your benefits, your network.
Sure.
Go see this guy. He's got a hairpiece on sideways.
That's good.
Swear to God.
Yeah.
Looks at my foot. Was not of American descent.
Okay.
Looks at my foot, and he's just kind of looking around at it, and it's like multicolored. It's a cute rainbow foot. And he goes, you know what we got to do? We got to send you upstairs to the meteorologist. And I said, who? He said, we got to send you upstairs to the meteorologist. And I said, don't you mean radiologist? He goes, same difference.
Sure.
So I got my stuff on. I said, you know what? Thanks, but I got to go home. So then I left and went and got a real doctor. And he told me basically I blew the ligaments in my ankle. And I got 2 choices. You can do physical therapy and rehabilitation and all that stuff, or you can get cut on. I didn't want to get cut on. So I said, okay, tell me, how much of my ankle am I going to get back if I do surgery? Yeah, about 75 to 80% of what you had. Okay, if I do the physical therapy and the rehab and all that, about the same. So why would I pick surgery, Doc?
Yeah, I would.
So I went physical therapy and rehab, but I'll never forget that guy. Oh, you got to go upstairs to the meteorologist.
Well, at least there was an Alberta Clipper coming down.
I was going to say, what's the barometric pressure of my ankle and heel? So yeah, was that because I won't lie, I've been pretty, again, knock on wood, never had the broken bones, ever. So I've been pretty lucky with all that.
That's fortunate.
I think it's maybe I'm really skinny. I was like Gumby when I hit.
Well, that's usually when they would snap. So
no, man, I played football for a long time and never ever got a broken bone.
Lucky you, man.
Yeah, well,
lucky you.
I don't know about that, but anyway.
All right, so we've been talking college football playoff expansion, and I'm serious about this. And again, let me reiterate. I'm not here to advocate. If we're going to expand, and I think we are, I like 16. I like 16 because 16 to me is just a good, solid tournament number, right? That just you cut it by half, and then you cut it by half, and then you cut it by half, and then you have a champion. But the one group that we're leaving out of this, I think, is the group that maybe matters most. No, it's not the fans, because we don't matter.
No, we don't.
And I'm going to consider you and me fans here
We're
before
fans.
I consider us that we cover it for a living.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking like all fans, and y'all, they're listening, you're fans. We don't matter. They couldn't care less what we think, by the way.
Oh, no.
It's not the TV people. It's not the head coaches. Okay? Even though the head coaches would love to have 24 because, hey.
More opportunity.
They don't, but these people don't care about them either. The people that matter most are the presidents and chancellors of these schools.
Mm-hmm.
And they now, even though most of them pay, rightly, probably, very little attention to sports overall because they're running major universities. And I'm talking now about the presidents and chancellors of the Power 4 schools.
Sure.
They look at the balance sheet. They talk with their board chairs.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, my God, we spend how much on football? Even if most of it is privately generated, it's still a school expenditure, right? Like it's under your umbrella, Mr. or Mrs. President or Chancellor. And so you've talked about, everybody wants access. What these people want is to make certain that the money they're spending is rewarded in some way other than, to Ben Portnoy's point, the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Because you know what? Now you got opt-outs of that. Like, wait, you're telling me we're going to a bowl and 6 or 8 of our stars aren't even going to play?
Nope.
Why do I give it? And not only why do I care, why do my donating alumni care about that? But you know what my donating alumni will care about? Making the college football play.
It's all about puffing your chest out in justification for the money that you are spending or getting from people.
And they're going to be the ones that vote.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to vote for 24.
And here's the other part of it, Jay. And this is getting human nature. There's this thing in this world, especially when it comes to alumni to a university. It's called ego and loyalty. And if I graduate from a university, I'm now a bazillionaire, and you're asking me for my money all the time, well, what's in it for me? And at some point, you know what's in it for me? A trip to a college football playoff game. And that's very important here. We forget something. That this thing is also being funded on the highest of levels to build sports teams by really, really rich folk. And the really, really rich folk at some point look at you, while I'm being a human ATM, what am I getting eventually? Because they all want something eventually, Jay.
Absolutely.
And to your point of the president, who deals with those people more than anybody?
And that's who. And that's where this ends, is on their desks. Or out on the golf course with the donors, or at the 5-star dinner, or wherever. That's who's going to decide this. We can talk about coaches' meetings and ADs, but and again, whatever you think of Tony Petitti, Greg Sankey, Jim Phillips, Brett Yormark, they answer to their presidents and chancellors. They'll listen to their coaches. They care what their coaches think up to a point. And the ADs report to the presidents. And the ADs look at the balance sheets as well. And the ADs will also be like, man, we spent whatever. And what do it's like my grandma went to wherever and all I got was this lousy T-shirt. That's where we're headed with bowl games now, other than the best ones.
Oh, think about it, Jay. What is an AD and a president become in a lot of ways but a glorified fundraiser?
Yeah, that's job one.
And when you're doing that, and again, I got my hand out to you, Jay. If you fill my hand with money, your hand's going to be out at some point, too. And that's why I said about people with short-sighted agendas or making these decisions, you just nailed maybe the number one of the short-sighted people making these decisions.
They're going to vote for 24.
Oh, yeah, it's going to go to 24, my friend.
That's what we're going to get. All right, we'll come back on the other side. Maybe the NFL does it better, unless they're taking away all your holiday time. NFL holiday games have been announced. We'll see if your favorite team is somebody you're going to watch or if you're just going to be eaten. Be right back.
Wow, what a play. The Game Network. Columbia, Charleston, Florence, and Myrtle Beach.
We have a new way for you to call the AAA Heating and Air phone lines. Just dial pound 250, and when prompted, punch in the keywords, the game. And that's it. Again, pound 250 with the keywords, the game.
Integrated Media is ready to help you watch all of these football games better than ever. Or maybe you won't be watching. Maybe you'll choose not to, and instead choose to watch reruns of your favorite sitcom or that cool streaming show that your kids have been telling you need to watch. I know mine have told me about a few things. Whatever it is that you want to do when it comes to your home theater system, trust me on this, there's nobody better to work with than Integrated Media. Maybe you have a cool home theater right now, but it's time for you to take that equipment to today's next level. Integrated can do that for you. Maybe you're moving or remodeling, and it's time to go from the ground up with a brand new home theater system. Or in your home right now that you haven't remodeled or moved into. It's just time for a brand new home theater. Integrated Media does it. They do it better than anybody. You can integrate everything, including your security, your lights, your thermostat, all into one app on your phone and make life a whole lot easier. One room, whole house, indoors, outdoors, nobody better. 803-948-8327. Work with Integrated Media. You'll love it.
This is Larry Leitner, owner and founder of Midstate Roofing. And for nearly 30 years, we've continued to be the proven leader in the roofing and waterproofing industry. Midstate Roofing's proven history is your assurance that our professionals at Midstate Roofing will provide the proper advice, service, and results to the needs of your facility in a manner both safe and pleasing to your operation. From high-rise to hospitals, manufacturing to industrial, Midstate Roofing designs and installs bonded systems with a protective guarantee that will keep your operation dry and running long into the future. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And this is Blake Leitner, reminding you to protect that roof with a maintenance contract. Call me today at 803-356-1919 or online at midstateroofing.com. That's midstateroofing.com.
You'll speak to an on-call technician after hours or a Midstate Roofing staff member during hours at 803-356-1919 or online at midstateroofing.com. And as always, tell them Midstate Twins.
If you have a leak, let Midstate Roofing take a peek.
Powered by Integrated Media, the Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. For auto, home, and commercial glass. ShepherdsGlass.com. In Chapin and West Columbia, the Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. Shepherd's Glass.
BOGO is back at iMart Express.
Come on. Okay.
Right now, for a limited time only, new customers can buy their first pair of glasses and get a second pair free. Plus, with eye exams available and same-day glasses, you'll never miss a moment. It's the kind of savings and service you can really get used to.
Okay.
Find a location near you at imartexpress.com to shop our BOGO event today and see everything we have in store for you. iMart Express. Get glasses. Go see.
Hendrick.
Why shop for a Chevy or GMC the way you always have? Shop the nation's #1 dealer group, Hendrick Chevrolet and Hendrick GMC. Buy now, but make no payments for 3 months. Experience the Hendrick difference.
With approved credit, see dealer for details.
Everybody loves streaming till you have to pay for it. Just download the 107.5 The Game app and stream us for free. It's the Game Network Traffic Report from the Schroeder's Towing Traffic Center. Broken down and need a tow or even free signage for your lot? Dial pound 250 and use keyword tow truck today.
Quick check on the traffic. Couple accidents to start off the afternoon. I-77 northbound at Blythewood Road, exit 27. Also, Two Notch Road at Alpine Road as well. Construction, like always, through the area. I-26 between Bush River Road and Old Sandy Run Road. I-20 between Sunset Boulevard and Bush River Road. Broad River Road between I-26 and Dutch Fork Road. Weather-wise, man, it is nice. We're looking at 70s through the afternoon into the early evening as well, with no precipitation at all. Post-game show, get back in here, talk some more about the world of college football and college football playoff expansion. That's next.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 107.5 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube.
All right, welcome back in. Post-game show rolling on. Up updates on the golf, including right here. We've been telling you a lot about the Korn Ferry Tour's Colonial Life Charity Classic, which is underway at Wood Creek. Zach Blair is your leader in the clubhouse at 7 under. Paul Peterson at 6 under. Pretty good group at 5 under and 4 under behind him. A few guys still out on the course, but most of the field, it would seem, is done for the day.
Tee time was 6:40 a.m. this morning.
There's a lot of guys in. There's a lot of guys in the field, man. There's a lot of guys in this field, and they teed off like the PGA Championship. They're teeing off from 1 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
But Zach Blair is your leader after the opening round with a 7 under 63. So there you go. You know when people say something and they say nothing, but it's still a big deal?
Mm-hmm.
That happened about 50 minutes ago.
Okay.
MGM Studios put out the following statement.
Oh, here we go.
The search for the next James Bond is underway. While we don't plan to comment on specific details during the casting process, we're excited to share more news with 007 fans as soon as the time is right.
Hmm.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
There you go.
So, I mean, what'd they just tell me?
And they told you they're looking for the next James Bond.
But they had maybe been doing that for 5 years?
I thought that's what I've heard because Daniel Craig made it. Well, I'm not going to say, but Daniel Craig made it very obvious that was it.
Oh no, we knew that was it,
right? That's
because
what I mean.
the whole Daniel Craig thing was one long.
If you haven't seen it, we won't ruin it for you. But yes, it's over.
Yeah.
So now you're moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
Now, is it going to be Idris Elba and we're going to be done with this thing?
Nope.
That's what I've heard. It's not going to.
No, it's not going to be Idris because he's too old.
I was going to say, what's he, 50?
No, he's like 60 now.
Is he 60?
Believe it or not, he's like 60.
He was supposed to be the dude forever.
Well, he was. I mean, I think right after Daniel Craig, even then, Idris would have been 50.
Mm-hmm. But by the way, not to jump off the track, have you ever seen the show Luther? Watch season 1 of. Go look around in one of your 10 streaming services and find the TV show Luther.
Okay.
It was British.
Sure.
It stars Idris Elba as a detective. The first season of Luther.
I've heard of it. I'm going
to tell you now, as the kids would say.
Okay.
Fire.
All right. Hold on. I have done him a disservice. He's 53.
Probably still a little too.
But he's still too old.
Yeah, it's still too old.
And that's not old, but I have seen from MGM.
Who do you think? Who have you seen?
No, not a name, not names. They have said we want someone that can do it for a bit, and so they're going to cast somebody. My gut tells me they're going to cast someone who is not yet 40. Now, Pierce Brosnan did all 4 of his while he was in his 40s.
Right.
But Roger Moore was starting to do his. He was creeping up towards 60.
Mm-hmm.
Connery did his in his 30s and into his 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And Timothy Dalton, I think, was probably in his 30s.
Does he even count?
The stories were good.
Yeah, that one was.
He did too. But remember, they didn't go to him initially. They wanted Pierce then, but they couldn't get him.
He was doing Remington Steele.
Yeah, they couldn't get him. And so they had to wait. But the Dalton ones don't suck. They don't. He was okay. He was okay. He was certainly better than.
I'll be honest. I'll be clear. I love Connery, and maybe because I love Connery so much, I never warmed up to Roger Moore.
Well, Roger Moore made sure that he was going to play James Bond differently.
Yeah,
and they made a point of that.
They did. I will say this, and again, just because I love Connery so much, I'm not objective. Moore was my least favorite.
Okay.
Who was the one guy that did the one? Just the
George
one?
Lazenby.
Yes, that guy.
And that, again, story on Her Majesty's Secret Service. The story in that one is great.
Good. I like Dalton better than Roger Moore because I'm not objective.
There's some Roger Moores that I like a lot, and there's a couple that I don't.
Again, and I love the
like Moonraker's terrible.
No.
Live and Let Die is a great story, but it's very dated. It's really of all the Bond movies, it is the one that is just you can just pinpoint when it was made, and they seem to almost embrace like 1970 that way.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Or whatever year it was, but right around there.
See, I like me a Bond movie. I'm not
I'm a.
I like me a Bond movie.
I'm a junkie.
I don't go insane over it, but I like if I get a Bond movie on TV and I got nothing else going on at the moment, I'm plopping down.
I got them all on
and
DVD.
watching.
I got every one of them on DVD. Every single one of them.
I tell you, it's
But if they're they come on and off of streaming services.
Yeah.
Because MGM and now Amazon owns them.
You know, I got the perfect guy. Take him totally seriously. Zac Efron.
I don't know who they'll choose, but I have a hunch it'll be someone who is English.
I'm trying to think of an English actor in his 30s right now off the top of my head, and I can't.
I don't know. There's probably somebody that we've and sometimes they want to go unknown because that way
that's better. It takes away from because it's true. You're not thinking of the star. You're thinking of the character.
Like Pierce Brosnan was known, but he wasn't a huge star. He was a big.
He was a TV star from Remington Steele.
And Daniel Craig was known.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Roger Moore was on a big TV show in England at the time,
and obviously Sean Connery.
And Connery was unknown.
Nobody knew him.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. So again, they told us almost nothing.
Nothing.
Almost nothing. The NFL has its first ever Thanksgiving Eve game. Now By the way, have you ever in your life called Wednesday Thanksgiving Eve?
No. It took me a second to go, what day was that? When you said Thanksgiving Eve, I went, do we? I mean, and I'm just kind of being a smart guy.
Okay.
Have you ever celebrated Thanksgiving Eve?
I have not. I will tell you that I am busy on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, getting ready for Thanksgiving, and I will also tell you that it is a night of great anticipation for the following day.
Because the eating is phenomenal.
But I've never called it Thanksgiving
I've
Eve.
never ever said, hey, let's all huddle up and get together Thanksgiving Eve.
But the Packers will take on the Rams on the first ever Wednesday night before Thanksgiving game. I'm not even going to call it Thanksgiving.
It sounds dopey.
And that'll be in L.A., by the way, not at Lambeau.
So it's a Packer home game in L.A.
Yeah, let's see. Netflix will air 2 Christmas games. We don't know them yet because that comes out tonight. But they will have 5 regular season games. They will also have, and I know you're ready for this, they'll have the NFL Honors on Netflix.
Can't wait.
I guess that's when they give you, like,
the awards.
MVP and all that?
Yeah. I just look at it on my phone when I get an alert.
The added game, according to the AP, the added game on the week of Thanksgiving means there will be 5 standalone games the week before the regular Sunday slate.
Sunday's blah that week.
So you have a Wednesday game, you have 3 Thursday games,
Friday.
You have a Friday game, which is my Broncos playing that day. 2 of the Thanksgiving games are Cowboys hosting the Eagles. All right.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And the Lions will be hosting the Bears. We do not yet know NBC's Thanksgiving night game. That will be, again, we'll know that this evening. Tonight, by the way, at 8 is the schedule show.
Okay.
And I'll be watching less than 0 seconds of it. I'll be watching the Braves.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Or I might fall asleep.
What time does it start? 8 o'clock, you said?
8 o'clock.
I'll be out probably taking care of boring life business. I'll probably get back to my palatial estate 20 after 9, and guess what? I won't be turning on. I'm not trying to be mean.
No, I'm not either. I couldn't care less.
I can read about it tomorrow or tonight or.
Listen, when Denver's and the Cowboys, because my wife will care, when those schedules get released, I'll get a buzz on my phone.
Yeah.
And I'll look, and then I'll go, okay, and the season doesn't start until September.
And I don't know anything about any of these teams right now because, I don't
even know if Bo Nix is ready yet.
Yeah, I guess there's going to be injuries and all these other things in training camps and blah blah blah. To get lathered up at this point makes no sense. And at the end of the day, I give the NFL credit for once again taking a nothing burger and making a something burger out of it because that's what they do. Because there'll be people watching this tonight.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I'm not dogging you if you do watch it. Good for you. But this is the magic of the NFL. You think about it, combine, a bunch of dudes in their underwear. The draft, you're sitting around naming a bunch of players who's going to get, basically you're picking teams. And now you're going to tell us who the teams are playing, and millions of people watch it. All of it.
I'll be curious to see the numbers for tonight's ESPN schedule release.
Ready? All right, ready really quick. And we should save this for Jay versus the Internet, but will more people watch the schedule release tonight or a Major League Baseball playoff game?
Ooh. Okay. Hold that for Jay versus the internet.
Yep. Think about it.
We'll discuss. All right. Jay or nay on the other side of the postgame show.
All my sports. The Game Network. 107.5 The Game in Columbia. 96.9 The Game in Charleston. 100.3 The Game in Myrtle Beach. And 100.5 The Game in Florence.
This is Bill Gunner with 107.5 The Game and The Game Network. If you run a diner, bakery, coffee shop, burger joint, pizza spot, or that hidden gem everybody should know about, how would you like to get the word out about your business without spending a dime? Well, we got you. All you have to do is text your name, your business, and your phone number to 803-404-6100. That's 803-404-6100. And we'll be in touch. There's no catch. Times are tough, and we're here just trying to help you get folks in the door of your business.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
The Cleveland Cavaliers went on a 9-0 run to force overtime and won Game 5 to take a 3-2 lead in the series against the Detroit Pistons. James Harden led the Cavs with 30 points. Donovan Mitchell added 21. When a series is tied at 2, the winner of Game 5 goes on to win the series 82% of the time. Game 6 is Friday night in Cleveland. The winner of the series will face the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Right now at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts, you can get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 qualifying brake rotors. Ask the professional parts people about additional brake pad and rotor upgrade options available at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Reach label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 107.5 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube. Let's do some Jay or Nay. It's the Postgame Show on the Game Network.
11 in front of 5 here on a Thursday. Coming up, top of the hour, headlines of the day. setting the scene for the final conference series of the year, Gamecock Baseball at Vandy. We'll have it for you. 6:45 tonight is the pregame show with Derek and Cade and a 7 o'clock first pitch. And yes, we fully understand that interest levels have waned.
A bit, yes.
But interest in the future of the program
is not waned at all.
Is peaking. Yes. So we will get into some more of that coming up for you in the Gamecock Notebook at 5:15. Hey, real quick, speaking of the Gamecocks, before we go any further, I know he's not listening because he lives in Charlotte, but a guy we've had on the show many times and was a great friend to a lot of us back in the day. But congratulations to David Newton. Remember that name? But David, for the last 20 years or so, has covered the Panthers for ESPN, and he covered them with the Observer. But for years, David was the beat writer for the state paper here in Columbia, covering the Gamecocks, and had a really heartfelt message that he sent out on Facebook earlier today. But a 40-year career, give or take, man, close to it anyway.
Yeah.
But, talking about just a kid went to Wofford and got a job at the paper in Gaffney and thought, well, we'll see. Thought he was going to come to Carolina to go to law school. And next thing you know, here he is covering the SEC and NASCAR and now the NFL for half his career. So congrats, David.
Good for him.
And he's going to have hip surgery, he said.
Ooh.
So that's how he's going to celebrate retirement.
Nice.
But said it was time. So good stuff. He's a great guy, man. David's a great guy and has done a good job. So congratulations, Mr. Newton, and all the best moving forward.
Absolutely. Plus, you've had to cover the Panthers.
Yeah, well, he, as he talked about, there's a couple Super Bowl runs in there, but still, I think the Panthers have yet to have back-to-back winning seasons in their history.
No, they've never as a franchise, never had back-to-back winning seasons.
And they're now 30 years old, man.
Yeah, David should have got double the money.
Yeah,
just saying.
It's true.
That's a tough climb, man.
Yeah.
Some years.
So we've had a couple of Gamecock beat writers. Maybe Joe Person's still up there doing his thing for the Athletic. Big fan of Joe's.
Yeah, that's a gig.
It is, man.
That's a gig, man.
Maybe one day.
Here you go.
Even with Cam, he didn't have back-to-back winning seasons.
What can you do? Just what can you do?
Well, you can get some good players, and you can try to have back-to-back winning seasons.
You know what you can do? You can get ownership that doesn't meddle. That would help.
There's that.
You can. Again, consistency in your front office, coaching, the whole spiel.
Yeah, draft develop.
Yeah, year to year, they've just never been able to put a foothold in like that. No. And think about this real quick.
And they don't play in a division where it's overly difficult.
You're not in the NFC West or the AFC West.
Yeah.
And I just, man, and you know this, because if they could have been really, really good, like year in and year out and year in and year out, they would be so much more popular here. I know there's a couple things that they'll never win over certain part of this fan base here because of when they first showed up. But if you're really good year in and year out, Jay, like the Braves, how close is Atlanta to Columbia, South Carolina?
200 miles.
Okay, how close is Charlotte to Columbia, South Carolina?
From downtown Columbia to downtown Charlotte is like 90 miles.
So if you had the success, let's say 75% of the Braves' success, you'd see a lot more Panther gear in this town.
Yeah.
But you just can't. You're not successful enough.
No.
You're just not?
No.
So come on.
All right.
How about it?
Listen.
At some point, back-to-back winning seasons is a lot to ask.
A little something for the effort.
All right. PGA tournaments, the championship. Right now, leaderboard is interesting. Because of the interesting leaderboard right now, Jay Phillips, there are golfers sitting around even par that are names. Jay or nay, we will see a golfer who is right now even par or higher win the PGA championship.
Nay, we're going to see one of these guys that's at least at 1 under right now or lower bet or win this.
Good deal. All right, Jay or nay. The AD at LSU is really the president, the governor is really the AD. But the quote-unquote AD is Verge Osberry. Osberry tore up Brian Kelly in an interview saying he did not connect with the fan base.
It was rough.
He didn't care, blah, blah, blah. Alumni didn't care. Old Verge Osberry, is it fair to be blasting Brian Kelly about this now, Jay or nay?
Well, is it fair? I don't know. Probably not, so nay, but it's the spring PR tour, so you're going to do it.
And it's hard to take up for Brian Kelly.
No, it is, man.
Right?
That's an easy target. That's an easy target.
All right, final J or nay. John Summerall, new coach of Florida, says the Gators NIL vision, we've got to push the envelope. Stunning that Florida is not amongst the leaders in NIL, knowing it's Florida. Jay or nay?
Well, I'd like to know what he means by push the envelope. Why don't you just say we need to spend $40 million? Yeah. I mean, otherwise, what is pushing the envelope? Are you gonna drop the money out of an airplane and just have it be more creative?
Like the turkey drop at WKRP?
Yeah, what are we really doing here?
He said the more you're investing in your program, the more access I'll give you. Anybody who wants to be really involved in the program, you got to be all in. Basically, he's begging for money.
Oh, God, no. Bro, you don't want to be inviting the donors into the building.
Because you know what that does?
Oh, jeez. You see what happens at LSU?
5 o'clock news coming up.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet studio. Herndon Chevrolet is your hometown dealer. Stop by today or shop online 24/7 at herndonchevy.com.
All right. Again, we're guys. We get older. Things don't go the way they used to. I myself, I have so many reminders on my phone going off all the time. I forget to look at my reminders because there's so many of them going off all the time. Maybe that's you. Maybe you just don't have a drive in life like you used to in any way, shape, or form, personal, professional, romantic, whatever. Maybe you're sore after workouts for a few days. Maybe you're just not as strong in the gym as you used to be. Maybe you don't sleep for crap anymore. Any of these things, go find out, see what's behind it. 803-875-MENS. Make a call. Go to the Men's Clinic of South Carolina. Tell them your story. They'll do a testosterone test on you, and they will sit down and put together a program to help you get back to feeling like you again. It's just a simple call, 803-875-MENS. Go see the folks at the Men's Clinic of South Carolina. Tell them your story. Get back to being you again with the help of the Men's Clinic of South Carolina.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
Powered by Integrated Media, The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. For auto, home, and commercial glass. ShepherdsGlass.com. In Chapin and West Columbia. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass.
Let's text and tell you with approved credit. Call 888-320-6359 for details. The Carpocalypse at JT's Kia is happening now. Save thousands on brand new JT's Kia to escape the zombie horde at back from the dead cost. JT's got 0% for 72 months. We'll pay $5,000 over book value for your trade. JT says escape high gas prices with $1,000 in gas with every new vehicle. Don't miss JT's Carpocalypse sale happening now. JT's Kia, I-77 at Killian Road or Greystone Boulevard.
Want to unlock the power of athlete marketing to grow your business? Garnet Trust has recently launched a business membership program, making it easier than ever for your business to work directly with a USC student athlete. Visit garnettrust.com today or call 803-250-1765 to see your business move.
Bill Gunner at 107.5 The Game for AAA Heating and Air. Look, I know you're thinking about a lot of spring cleaning right now, but are you thinking about your generators? You need to be. Those things are vitally important when our power goes out. You want to make sure your generator is running great. At AAA Heating and Air, they're ready to help you. So call today or visit their website. Call AAAtoday.com and tell them Bill Gunner with 107.5 The Game sent you.
AAA Air when you need us. AAA Heating and Air.
Everybody loves streaming till you have to pay for it. Just download the 107.5 The Game app and stream us for free. It's the Game Network Traffic Report from the Schroeder's Towing Traffic Center. Broken down and need a tow or even free signage for your lot. Dial pound 250 and use keyword tow truck today.
Oh, let's take a little peek at the traffic. Oh, we got some new ones. The others are off the board. We do have new ones. 2 Notch Road at Sparkleberry Lane. Also Pond Branch Road near I-20 and I-77 southbound between Camp Welfare Road and Old River Road as well. Weather looks really nice for this evening. 70s, dipping into the 60s through the evening. No precipitation. Should be quite nice. Quite nice. We'll get back in here. 5 o'clock news sponsored by Integrated Media. Here on the Postgame Show with Terry and Jay on the Game Network, and at the Game TV Radio on YouTube.
Your home for the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game. checking out what's up in the world of sports.
This just in, breaking news is breaking out everywhere.
The 5 o'clock news on the Postgame Show.
If you're just joining us, I'm covering some breaking news. You know news is breaking because I'm telling you so, and I might touch my earpiece like this.
Sponsored by Integrated Media, Columbia's premier home theater and security experts for over 20 years. On the Game Network and on 107.5, the Game app.
It is 5 o'clock news time on this Thursday. Also the final hour post-game show along with Terry Ford. I'm Jay Phillips. Appreciate you being with us. It's also the final weekend of regular season baseball in the Southeastern Conference, and that includes, of course, the Gamecocks. They are at Vanderbilt this weekend. First pitch tonight at 7 Eastern, 6:45 airtime. Ant Phillips will go for Carolina tonight. The junior righty is 3-7 with a 3.93, 69 strikeouts and 66 and a third. Connor Fennell will go for Vandy. He is a junior right-hander, 3-2 with a 5.09. Tomorrow, Alex Valentin, the junior lefty, goes for Carolina, 1-4 with a 4.98. Had a nice start to the year, but kind of tailed off of late.
Remember, he started off as your high leverage back into the bullpen
Yeah, he
guy.
was a closer.
Yeah.
Again, I still think of that ground ball to short against Arkansas. Anyway, Tyler Baird is the freshman righty that goes for Vandy tomorrow. He is 0-5 with a 4.81. Carolina, of course, is done unless they win the SEC championship next week in terms of any postseason play. Vandy is in a real struggle right now. They only have 11 wins in conference, so they need this series badly. And I think they're sitting on 26 overall wins. So
they're a very young team.
Yeah, this year it's been a struggle for them. Carolina sits at 22-31, 7-20. Another incredibly disappointing year for Carolina baseball. And we'll have more on some of the coaching conversations that we've had in terms of the future of Carolina coming up as part of our Gamecock Notebook. Got a little recruiting information. There's nothing definitive today, but just a few things that we'll get to in the Gamecock Notebook coming up in just a bit. By the way, Vandy is coming off a series loss to Missouri, which just like with anybody is
barely escaped getting swept.
Well, remember, Carolina swept Missouri. Carolina has 7 wins in conference, and 3 of them are against Missouri.
Yeah, but it just shows you the season, right?
Yes.
But to the point, Vandy almost got. I think they won the one game was in extra innings, like 11 innings or something.
Yeah, it was.
So
it was, and it was the middle game of the series. PGA Championship is underway just outside Philadelphia at Aronimink Golf Club right now. Aldrich Potgieter, Stefan Yoger, and Min Woo Lee are in a group at 3 under that includes Justin Thomas, who is still out on the course, as is former major champion Martin Keimer. Sahith Theegala, Xander Schauffele, Shane Lowry, Patrick Reed are in a group at 2 under par. Nicola Højgaard, Joaquin Niemann, Jason Day, Cam Smith, Brooks Koepka, Jordan Spieth, John Rahm, all in a really big group at 1 under that includes Scotty Scheffler, who just now, Terry, seriously made about a 20-foot par putt to stay at 1 under. I mean, that man can make some putts from time to time. I still like Scotty's chances. He is the odds-on favorite. Ricky Fowler, Akshay Bhatia falling off a little bit. He is at even par. Luke Donald, big group at even. Big group at even. And a big group at 1 over. Reigning champion is Scotty Scheffler, but reigning Masters champion Rory McIlroy, 4 over today. Not a good day. Again, pushing a lot of drives right, hitting out of the heavy stuff. A bit of a foot injury earlier in the week. It was called a blister. Sounds a lot worse than that. Maybe it started as a blister, but seems to have morphed into something more. And again, we went into detail once, so I won't do it again. But if you want to read about the ways that Rory seemed to have to perform some, at least, I don't want to call it self-medicating, and it's not surgery, I guess, either, but what do we call that? Self-procedure?
Mutilation?
Well,
self-mutilation?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
It sounds terrible, man. If you got to go, listen, I don't care if you got to go up a shoe size because your foot is in that much pain, something's wrong.
Yeah, you screwed something up.
And when you got to walk, 4 plus 5, maybe 5 miles up and down, it's 7,000 and something yards.
I mean, it ain't falling down the stairs and fracturing and breaking things like our good friend Coach McDonald.
Or as we said, cutting off, like Ronnie Lott, cutting off part of his finger.
Cut me, Mick.
Which, again,
cut me.
Still is just...
You know what? When everybody's telling us, you and I were telling those injury stories earlier, then the third guy comes in and goes, yeah, I cut my pinky off.
I mean, Ronnie Lott did. Yeah, that's still...
On the sideline.
That's still just bizarre. That's bizarre.
Our man wanted to win.
Well, he did, and he did win a lot, but now he's...
missing a finger.
Yeah, he's like Jerry.
You think he sits around like with nobody? Again, Ronnie Lott's probably sitting in his gated community, his palatial estate. He's in his smoking jacket, watching TV with some cognac. Does he ever look down and go, "What the hell was I thinking?"
He has to. From time to time, you just have to.
You have to.
Yeah, you do. You're like, what was I thinking? And the thing is, you weren't thinking.
You don't have to tell anybody.
The only thing you were thinking is, I got to get back out on the field.
Yeah, and you don't have to share that moment with anybody but yourself. But you got to look down and go,
"Yeah,
what was I doing?"
From time to time. Anyway, again, so a lot of guys still out on the course. But day one of the PGA Championship is underway, but not a lot of low scores today. So the course seems to be the winner thus far. So there you go. Atlanta Braves keep winning. They took care of the Cubs last night with 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Atlanta now has a 9.5-game lead in the National League East. That over the Washington Nationals, 10 games over Philly, 10.5 over Miami, and 12 over the New York Metropolitans. The Braves go for the sweep tonight. Chris Sale on the hill for Atlanta, 6-2 with a 2.20. His whip is .88, Terry Ford. Here's the thing, though. He is going up against Ben Brown, who's 1-1 with a 1.82. His whip is .91. Both these guys are having pretty good years, although Ben Brown does give up a few too many walks for probably somebody's liking. 9 walks in 29 innings. But nevertheless, a 1.82 against a 2.20 as the Braves go for the sweep. And again, in an effort to make my good friend David Cloninger head explode, I had a stat earlier that I saw on Twitter. I didn't come up with it. The last 3 Major League Baseball teams to be in the position the Braves find themselves in, which is with at least an 8-game divisional lead on May 13. Now it's May 14. So as of last night's conclusions, the last 3 teams that were in that spot were the 2017 Houston Astros, the 2016 Chicago Cubs, and the 2007 Boston Red Sox.
Great
yes,
stat.
if you're thinking,
great stat.
I think I know.
Season's over.
All of those teams won the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, the Braves now are going to win the World Series.
Oh, it's set in stone now.
Yeah. Etched right in there, man.
I mean, forget the last 115, 20 games and the playoffs.
I already have.
Postseason.
I already have. Now I'm even mad that I've spent that money on Braves Vision.
Just dump it. Dump it, man. You get out?
I don't know if I think I'm past the free trial. I don't know how to call somebody. We'll see what we can do. Anyway, first pitch tonight over at Truist is set for 7:15. Stunner in the association last night. Did not see this one coming. The Cavaliers, 117-113 winners in Detroit. Pistons had the lead late and then decided to screw it up. Sent this game to overtime where the Cavs pulled away. Terry Ford, all of a sudden here, Cleveland. Now, the Pistons were in a little bit of a spot with the Magic as well. But
no, a worse spot than this, obviously.
Cleveland's probably better
team than Orlando.
And now Cleveland has a chance to clinch this series at home on, I guess, tomorrow night. So Cleveland in a good spot all of a sudden.
You know, I was watching
this game last night was in Detroit, by the way.
Yeah, I was watching that thing last night. And a couple things. One, look, the problem with Detroit is they have no one that can score but Cade Cunningham. And what Cleveland started doing last night, again...
Who, by the way, scored 39 last night.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to. And Detroit scored 41 as a team. But here's the thing. And this is why the regular season is different than a 7-game series. In the regular season, you can go along like Detroit does. They have one legit guy that can score, who, by the way, also is their point guard, whose job is to set up the offense for no one else to score but himself.
Yeah, 7 boards and 9 assists to go along with
He's such a good player.
He is.
And he's asked to do everything.
He's asked to do too much.
And so in the regular season, though, Jay, when you're going through it, and it's one night here, one night there, and you're playing some not-so-good teams, you can get away with an offense that's clunky, one really elite guy, excellent defense and rebounding and hustle and floor burns and everything. When you get to a best-of-7, though, dude, and I can sit and game plan against you, this is a no-brainer. And Cleveland started doing this in the second half. we're going to double team and trap Cade Cunningham constantly. Get the ball out of his hands, and any of the rest of you dudes want to beat us, we'll walk off the court if the rest of you guys beat us. We're not let Cade Cunningham beat us. And they trapped him. They doubled him. They got the ball out of his hands. They harassed him. And you know what the rest of the Pistons did? Not a bleeping thing. Exactly.
Watched.
And threw up a lot of. They built a townhouse of bricks underneath the basket. But that's what happened. That's what's going to happen in Game 6 and Game 7. If somehow Detroit survives, because now you're playing a lot better teams in Orlando, it's going to knock you out eventually. You need someone to be the Robin to this poor guy's Batman. I felt sorry for Cade Cunningham last night.
Well,
I mean, you got to pass the ball to yourself, dude.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's just sad. But
Game 6 tomorrow in Cleveland with the Cavs a chance to move on. Again, I don't think either of these teams beats the Knicks anyway. So.
Nope. I was going to say, if you watched any of it, you walked away from it, Knicks are going to the finals.
Yeah, I don't. I think we know. Look, the Spurs do have a much better fighting chance against OKC than the Lakers had, since the Lakers didn't have Luka. But I still think it's OKC versus the Knicks.
Yeah, look, real quick, and Jay, you've seen this in basketball, in the NBA especially. Every up-and-coming talented team has to take their whooping. You got to lose a series or two. I mean, go back to when you and I were growing up. You know, remember the Pistons remember the Lakers had to get past the Celtics, and they finally did.
Yeah.
The Pistons had to get past the Celtics. They finally did. The Bulls had to get past the Pistons. Golden State had to lose a couple of series. I mean, Boston got beat for a while before they finally got through a couple of years ago with Tatum and Brown. You always have to get popped around a little bit, and this will be San Antonio's year to get popped around. Oklahoma City's a bunch of veterans. They'll beat them. But guess what's going to happen? If that big, tall dude they call the alien stays healthy, San Antonio's going to hold that trophy.
They won 62 games, man. They're really good.
They're going to win championships in the future, just probably not this year because, again, you're young and you got to take your whooping.
That's right.
But they're going to be really good, dude. But I'm with you, Oklahoma City and the Knicks in the finals.
And finally, real quick, NFL news. The Miami Dolphins have signed Devin Achane to a 4-year, $64 million extension. It makes him the third highest paid running back in the history of the league. $32 million of it is guaranteed.
But once again, the question, how much is guaranteed at signing? Because that's the real money.
Well, again,
we haven't seen that yet.
He gets half of it.
I would say usually in these cases, because some of that is guaranteed for injury, which you'll never get in your lifetime.
No.
But let's say guarantee, if he's in that $20 million neighborhood, guaranteed money, 20, 24, 25, 26, whatever.
Yeah.
And you get roughly a little bit half of that after they take the taxes and agent fees. $15 million is not a bad way to live life.
That's not too bad. The
That's
average
not radio money.
The
like
average the average per year again makes him third. Saquon Barkley is at the top of the list at $20.6 million per year, and I don't think it's fair to call him a running back. But Christian McCaffrey is paid as officially listed as a running back at $19 million flat. Again, Achane now.
Achane's nice when he's healthy, man. Achane can play.
Well, that's
he can play when he's healthy.
So there you go. Not sure that's going to make the Dolphins.
No, not really.
A much better playoff team.
No, not really.
But
can he quarterback and block and play wide receiver and play defense and rush the passer?
No.
There you go.
Yeah, might need a little bit more than just that. But hey, good for him, man.
I'm happy
he's
for him.
getting paid. That's our integrated media headlines of the day. We'll come back on the other side, get more into our discussion that we've been having on what the future of Gamecock baseball looks like in terms of the next head coach. And when we say the Gamecocks are hosting a big visitor.
Yes.
It's a big visitor. Details in the Gamecock Notebook next.
Wow, what a play. The Game Network. Columbia, Charleston, Florence, and Myrtle Beach.
We love to hear your opinion. Go to @1075 The Game on Twitter X and participate in our polls. Our Twitter X polls sponsored by IntelliSystems. Schedule a cyber audit today at IntelliSystems.com. Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet studio. Herndon Chevrolet is your hometown dealer. Stop by today or shop online 24/7 at HerndonChevy.com.
Getting hot. Been thinking about a pool in the backyard for the last couple of summers and just hadn't pulled that trigger yet. Well, maybe now is the time for you and your family to discover the Griffin difference. Griffin Pools and Spas, family run since 1976. And listen, they want to make sure that you and your family love what you get once you work with them. They treat every project as if it was their own backyard. The late Stanley Griffin's motto, "We make you feel good," has stood strong now for 50 years. Customer satisfaction always at the top of the list for Griffin Pools and Spas with custom pool design. They really want to get this thing done for you, so once everybody is committed to it, they will hit you with an aggressive schedule commitment, top quality construction. They don't want your life to be disrupted, so they'll make sure that that's all taken care of. And then, once it's done, they can help you out with maintenance for many years to come. Stop by and see them at their great location on North Lake Drive, 957-2121, griffinpoolsandspas.com. And invite us over when you're done.
Sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Hurry, offer ends 5/21. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Plus text tags and title with approved credit. Call 866-243-4623 for details. JT's Carpocalypse sale is happening now at JT's Jeep Ram. Save thousands on brand new Jeeps and Rams to escape the zombie horde at back from the dead costs. We've got 0% for 72 months. We'll pay $5,000 over book value for your trade. Escape high gas prices with $1,000 in gas with every new vehicle. End of the world savings and everything must go at JT's Jeep Ram, 378 Lexington or Greystone Boulevard. Declaration of Deal Sales Event.
Railroad tracks and potholes are a way of life driving in Columbia, South Carolina. The last thing you want to worry about is your tires. At Wetzel's Automotive, we make it simple. From helping you choose the right set to professional installation and alignment, our team handles it all in one stop. Our wide selection of top brand tires means you'll always find the right fit for your vehicle and your budget. Fast, friendly, and right here at home. Visit us at 2017 Augusta Road in West Columbia or online at wetzelsauto.com.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right nice soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
Rhino Shield is backed by an extraordinary 25-year warranty with special financing available.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call at 833-RHINO-99. Call now and receive 15% off the regular price. Or go to RhinoShieldCarolina.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
Call now, 833-RHINO-99 for your 15% off. Or go to RhinoShieldCarolina.com.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Listen, it is not too late to stop this. Do not do this. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. It's damn near perfect. It's beautiful as it is. Stop trying to fix what ain't broke. And stop telling me that the tournament isn't the tournament unless the 15th place team in the SEC gets in. Stop jerking with the best event in all of sports, you pigs.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
How can I help you? Live agent!
Stop talking to robots and start talking to Cumulus Digital. Get help from a real digital marketing expert who knows your streets and neighbors. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out the form, and connect to a real person.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 1075 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube. It's time to open the Gamecock Notebook on the Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network.
It is Gamecock Notebook time. Welcome back in. Jay Phillips, Terry Ford with you here on this Thursday. Let's start with a little recruiting news. And there's not a lot going on here, so I don't want you to take too much out of this. But South Carolina is today. I don't know if this is a visit that goes into the weekend. I'm not sure how these things work. Usually they're here for a couple of days.
Right.
But South Carolina is hosting offensive lineman Vincent Chin from Stetson, who is also, I think, very soon going to be visiting Vandy and Auburn. North Carolina is also in the mix for this young man. 6'8", 328 pounds, has made 15 starts for the Hatters in his career. He's got a couple of years of eligibility left. still in the portal, so don't think that this is anything that can't be happening. He hasn't picked a school yet.
Nope.
He entered the portal after the season, but has just kind of waited through the spring and just wanted to go somewhere, give it some time, let it breathe, and make his decision before the next school year begins. So he'll be picking a school soon. And again, it looks like it's down to Carolina, Auburn, Vandy, and North Carolina. There could be others in the mix, but those are the names that I've been seeing the most of. But 6'8", 328, a lot of skill from what I understand.
6'8", 328.
Yeah, and apparently again is capable of moving and twisting and doing some things that guys his size just aren't supposed to do.
And the good news is he's not a one and doner kind of guy. If you get him in, and you can have him for multiple years, which is a good thing. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a transfer portal world, and that's not as important as it used to be. But still, if you can get a guy in for multiple years, and he comes in, he likes where he's at, he enjoys the culture and the atmosphere, and he's happy, you might have a guy you can plug in there for a couple seasons.
Yeah.
It's not bad, man.
So that's all we know is that he's in for his visit.
By the way, you think he'll stand out in town?
Yeah, are they taking him to dinner? Or is Shane going to go, hey, you know what, man? Emily's cooking tonight. We're just going to take you to the house.
No, I don't know if you're Shane, you want to cook for this guy. You might have to go back to the grocery store after this dude gets done in your house.
They'll find a way. But do you take him to Halls? Do you take him to, Restaurante Divino? Do you take him to Motor Supply? I don't know,
this
man.
Cat's sitting there at 6'8", 325 at Halls, just chilling.
Take him down to our buds at the Hollow.
Yeah, give him a little.
Get him a whole elk.
Yep. Maybe more than one elk. Yeah. Maybe an elk family.
Yeah, here's a whole. What are you having? Elk. Which cut? No,
all.
The elk.
All of it. Hey, just bring it out. Yeah. Bring the whole thing. It's like the Flintstones. Remember the Flintstones?
Sure.
They bring out the big thing on the. And it was a
whole big slab.
Whole big slab.
Yeah. That would be fun.
It would be so good.
Yeah, seriously.
I know. Elk. See, I'm only half kidding.
No, I know. Yeah. He's 328 pounds. We give that boy some protein.
My man could probably put that, like, remember what Fred would do, put the whole thing in, pull it out, and just be bones?
Yeah.
That's what he would do.
That's it. Vincent Chin from Stetson. So we'll see how that visit goes.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
That's what I would do.
Absolutely. I'm with you.
Because, one thing of fish isn't going to do it.
Yeah, no. Come on now. He's 325.
Or a duck.
I mean, not even, look, again, love Halls. Halls is fantastic.
Yeah.
But you need to bring out like a whole beast.
Oh, he'll need the porterhouse. He'll need the porterhouse and some bread and the cream spinach.
Oh, the big potato,
and dessert,
the gigantic
and
full
the
loaded potato.
Sure.
And then they have desserts, one of each.
I know. Yeah, get him the porterhouse. That porterhouse is like 24 ounces, man. All of a sudden that's pretty big, man.
And it's all good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
It's all good, man.
And the good news is Shane can afford it.
Yeah, absolutely, Shane can take care of that.
And if you're listening, I'm just trying to spend your money.
You maybe take.
I don't know what's allowed. Can you take? I don't know where is there a cutoff on how much you can spend?
Well, let me ask you this: Is it to get
would it be
around
better
that?
to go get him a whole elk?
And you mean just go hunt one down? And just
Yeah.
hunt one down and go, hey, dude, it's laying over there by the weeds. Have at it. Here's a knife and fork.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know either.
But anyway, we'll see. I'm sure Chris and Wes will have updates.
Yes, they will. Even what he eats.
Yeah. I mean, where are you taking him? Terry and I were just talking about this, and I'll be, I'm not going to, I don't want to take too much of Jamie's work away from him, but our buddy Jamie Bradford has a piece on Kevin Schnall today, and it's not really a for or against. I mean, it is, but it's not like Jamie is taking a side.
Yeah, he's not giving you an opinion to go one way or the other. He's just giving you both sides of the story. Yeah.
He talks about Kevin Schnall again, the head coach at Coastal Carolina is one of the, I think Jamie mentions, I think the fourth head coach in the history of college baseball to take a team to the championship series in his first year at the helm, and he did that. They lost to LSU last season. In Omaha. But, the pros basically are that he knows how to develop talent and knows this area really, really well. The cons are that while you do know how to develop talent, it's been proven that it's a little more difficult to recruit at a high level at Coastal for a variety of reasons, despite the fact that they are a national champion 10 years ago, and they have played in another national championship series. They are a legit baseball program. There's no question about that. They're very well respected. And there's others, Terry, including the fact that Kevin Schnall has spent his coaching career in Conway and primarily in the Sun Belt at Coastal, hasn't worked in the SEC. And again, how much that matters is going to depend greatly, to borrow from Star Wars, depend greatly on one's point of view. I remember when Gamecock fans were really, before Shane, or at least during that process after Will, we need to go get Jamie Chadwell from Coastal. Look at what he's doing. If you want to hire him as your offensive coordinator, I got no problem with that. But the man's never worked a day in his life as an assistant or a head coach in the Southeastern Conference, and there's so much more to it than just drawing up a game plan.
It's a whole different animal, man.
And while those things may not be apples to apples when it comes to baseball, I do think there are similarities just when it comes to the management of the roster and what it's like. I mean, I don't have to tell any of you listening, whatever you may think of certain candidates, that life in the Southeastern Conference is incredibly difficult in every sport you play, and it is a lot more than just the X's and O's and the on-field stuff. It's not to say that it can't be handled, and it's not to say that Kevin Schnall isn't a top-level candidate, because I believe he is. I don't know if he wants this job. He's basically, from college student onward, he's basically a Coastal lifer.
Yeah.
I mean, he spent a few years in the minors, and he basically went back to coach with Coach Gilmore ever since. And now he's the guy. And that area they've been good to him. It's a great place to raise your family, blah, blah, blah. You might not want to leave, and Coastal will take care of you. Now, can Coastal pay you what SEC schools can pay you? No. But that might not be the end-all, be-all.
I think for him, because he kind of gave you the hint of what he wants to stay at Coastal, is you have to put money into the program, whether that's facilities, weight room, ballpark, assistant pay, whatever, NIL, obviously, things of that nature, to be able to keep building your program to stay with the upper level in the sport. I think if Coastal does those things, he won't leave. That's just me. I think he likes where he's at.
I agree.
And I think as long as they keep him to where he can compete on a high level, he won't leave. My thing, and I've said it before, and it's not a knock, there are program builders and there are property managers. South Carolina needs a builder. Schnall's never built a program. He's a hell of a property manager at Coastal, taking over for what Gilmore built. I think I'll go to football. Lincoln Riley was a great property manager at Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
He was handed a really nice, beautiful house, nice community. Lawn was manicured, really nice. Kitchen was set. I mean, you had an IMAX theater in the basement. I mean, this thing was sharp, right? Well, he had to go to Southern Cal, and he had to build the house from the studs. So far, it hasn't gone well.
Yeah, it hasn't.
So that's my point. There are builders and property managers. Both have their place. But South Carolina right now needs a builder, in my opinion.
And Jamie, I want to read here real quick. I got time. Yeah, okay. Jamie writes, South Carolina cannot continue to fish the portal waters to build a team each season. The portal is necessary, but a foundation is needed. What is Schnall's plan to turn the Gamecocks tide in a short time without sacrificing the future? I think that's an excellent point, regardless. So it's not just, I would just substitute the name Schnall for any candidate.
Any name.
Because what we saw under Paul Maneri was a couple of at least good recruiting classes be told to kick rocks.
Right.
And that Monty and Mark had gone out and tried to cultivate, and, we don't need you. We don't want you.
Right.
And that not only turned off those players and their families, but maybe their coaches, whether they were in or out of state, because to pull the rug out like that. So, in other words, Carolina's been damaged from that point of view anyway, and you have to correct that. But I agree with Jamie 100%. And this program is used to a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, your foundation is water.
Yes, absolutely.
And I was going to say quicksand, but that's kind.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I know.
You've got a lot of work to do, regardless of who it is. But a good look at Kevin Schnall, who, again, I think would be a fantastic candidate amongst several that we know Jeremiah Donati is going to look at. And I know some of the national guys. I mean, heck, from the start, Kendall Rogers said, Kevin Schnall needs to be the first call you make. Maybe he was.
It could be. We'll see where it goes.
That's the Gamecock Notebook. Drive around the SEC is next.
Network. 107.5 The Game in Columbia. 96.9 The Game in Charleston. 100.3 The Game in Myrtle Beach. And 100.5 The Game in Florence.
Since that win at Clemson by the Gamecocks, things haven't gone well. Let's spin back to the good old days on the Game Network.
Fourth downs, and you can put Spurs on this one. A 79-62 win for the Gamecocks. Like I said, you won't keep them off the floor tonight. The students come rushing onto the court, and South Carolina celebrates the victory.
Now that's some good feels right there. From 107.5 The Game and the Game Network.
This is Larry Leitner, owner and founder of Midstate Roofing, and for nearly 30 years, we've continued to be the proven leader in the roofing and waterproofing industry. Midstate Roofing's proven history is your assurance that our professionals at Midstate Roofing will provide the proper advice, service, and results to the needs of your facility in a manner both safe and pleasing to your operation. From high-rise to hospitals, manufacturing to industrial, Midstate Roofing designs and installs bonded systems with a protective guarantee that will keep your operation dry and running long into the future. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And this is Blake Leitner, reminding you to protect that roof with a maintenance contract. Call me today at 803-356-1919 or online at midstateroofing.com. That's midstateroofing.com.
You'll speak to an on-call technician after hours or a Midstate Roofing staff member during hours at 803-356-1919 or online at midstateroofing.com. And as always, tell them Midstate Twins.
If you have a leak, let Midstate Roofing take a peek.
Gamecock Nation, it's getting hot in here. And at Gamecock Traditions, they're turning up the heat with 30% off sweats all May long. That's right, hoodies, crews, and more. Now 30% off. Whether you're gearing up for cool mornings, late night tailgates, or just repping the Cox in style, now is the time to stock up and save big. But hurry, this offer ends May 31st. Some exclusion supply. See store for details. Gamecock Traditions. For Gamecocks, by Gamecocks.
Plus text tags and title with approved credit. Call 866-243-4623 for details. JT's Carpocalypse sale is happening now at JT's Jeep Ram. Save thousands on brand new Jeeps and Rams to escape the zombie horde at back from the dead costs. We've got 0% for 72 months. We'll pay $5,000 over book value for your trade. Escape high gas prices with $1,000 in gas with every new vehicle. End of the world savings and everything must go at JT's Jeep Ram, 378 Lexington or Greystone Boulevard. Declaration of Deal sales event.
If you have nagging arthritis pain that won't go away and nothing seems to help, you may need to consider joint replacement, and that can be a little unsettling. At Midlands Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, we understand and can help put your mind at ease. Our experienced orthopedic surgeons and advanced technology enable our team to deliver consistently excellent joint replacement outcomes with no hospital stay and lower cost to you. Midlands Orthopedics and Neurosurgery.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. What are your rights and responsibilities? Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
1201 Main Street, Columbia.
Powered by Integrated Media. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. For auto, home, and commercial glass. ShepherdsGlass.com. In Chapin and West Columbia. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. Shepherd's Glass. It's the Game Network Traffic Report from the Schroeder's Towing Traffic Center. Broken down and need a tow or even free signage for your lot? Dial pound 250 and use keyword tow truck today.
deaths have accumulated. Clemson Road at 2-notch. Also, I-20 westbound at Clemson Road, exit 80. Stay away from Clemson Road. Find an alternative route, obviously, because Long Green Parkway at Clemson Road, also an accident. Sloan Road at Hardscrabble, Summit Parkway at Summit Center Drive as well. And again, construction, duck and dodge. I-20 between Sunset Boulevard and Bush River Road. I-26 between Bush River Road and Old Sandy Run Road. And Broad River Road between I-26 and Dutch Fork Road. Come back, drive around the SEC here on the Postgame Show.
It's time for our drive around the SEC on the Postgame Show.
Georgia on the mountaintop. Demons be gone, and the drought is over. National champions.
On the Game Network and on 107.5, the Game app.
All right, welcome back in. It is Drive Around the SEC time. But before that, real quick, let me get you a couple of updates from what's going on golf-wise. First, here in Columbia, Zach Blair, Bryce Lewis lead round one of the Colonial Life Charity Classic, the Corn Ferry Tour in Columbia this weekend. They're at 7 under par. Paul Peterson at 6 under. He's done. So is Zach Blair. But Bryce Lewis still has a couple of holes to play, so he could close day one as our leader. We shall see. And Scotty Scheffler.
Heard of him?
He was
on the Corn Ferry Tour.
Back, yeah, for a minute, but only for about a minute.
Hot minute.
Yeah,
right.
only about a minute.
Hot minute.
But Scotty Scheffler is now in a big group at 3 under, and Scotty has an opportunity to go 4 under here in just a second. But Justin Thomas also at 3 under, and Corey Connors from Canada. There's a lot of alliteration.
Yeah,
is also at 3 under. Those guys are all still out on the course. A few others that are at 3 under that are finished for the day. So there you go. Drive around the SEC time. It is the final weekend of the baseball season. I know a lot of you have maybe stopped paying as much attention to what's going on, but they're still playing, and it still matters. The final weekend looks like this. Arkansas will be at Kentucky. State will be at A&M in a top 15 showdown. Ole Miss at Alabama. Missouri travels to Texas. Florida going to LSU. Tennessee at Oklahoma. Number 4, Georgia at number 5, Auburn. They already don't like each other anyway.
I know.
And now you got a top 5 matchup over at beautiful Plainsman Park. So that's the weekend that is in SEC baseball, Terry Ford. Georgia has already clinched the SEC regular season championship. Georgia, Auburn, Arkansas, certainly Texas, all in the hunt for national seeds at this point. Mississippi has an outside shot. I think they will host. I think if State wins their series with A&M, A&M's going to host. Opening round, I'm talking. But if State could win that series, I think State has a real opportunity to be a first-round host as well. Georgia, Auburn, Texas, all vying to be national seeds, and unless Georgia just collapses, which I don't think they're going to. Yeah, I'm not even sure that Georgia could find a way to collapse out of being a top 8.
No, I don't. They've had such a good year. Man.
Yeah, and so has Auburn.
Auburn's been good too.
They have been
absolutely
very good, very good. So there you go. And the standings look like this. I'm not going to go through records. I'll just give you the standings 1 through 16. Georgia again is already the SEC champ. They have a 5-game lead in the SEC with 3 games to play over A&M and Texas.
They kicked it into extra gear here in the last few weeks.
Georgia's good, man. Georgia's good, and Georgia can hit and Georgia can pitch. You know what? That's a nice combination.
Yeah, remember even last year. I mean, they've been crushing it the last couple of years, but now the pitching has stepped up.
And they don't have Charlie Condon.
I know.
Bama is number 4, Auburn 5th, Florida 6, State 7, Arkansas 8, Ole Miss 9, Oklahoma 10, Tennessee 11, Kentucky 12, Vandy 13, LSU 14, Carolina 15, Missouri bringing up the rear. 1 game behind South Carolina in last place. So there you go. So Carolina, as Terry was pointing out, just with the way it looks, should finish. I mean, if Missouri, let's say Missouri finds a way to stun Texas in Austin.
That's a long
and win
leap,
twice.
but let's say it happened.
And then Carolina gets swept. Then Carolina finishes last. But I gotta tell you, kids, I don't think Missouri is going to go to Austin. I think Missouri is going to get swept.
I think, honestly, that the Pittsburgh Pirates have a better chance of winning the World Series than Missouri does of sweeping Texas.
That's fair. Pirates have Paul Skeens, man.
Missouri doesn't.
No.
Just saying.
That's true. So there you go. This isn't really, it's somewhat SEC related because we were talking about it, but Jim hit us on the text line earlier and asked this question, and I wanted to get, we hadn't had a chance to get around to it. I figured the drive around the SEC is a good time because we were talking about the college football playoff. He said, quick question. If they expand to 24 in a playoff, let's say hypothetically number 9 plays number 3, could it possibly be that game would overlap and actually also be a bowl game? It's a good question. The answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
The only quote-unquote bowl games that you'll get in the college football playoff are going to be the ones at the bowl sites, the Big
Right.
Six. So that'll be the quarterfinals and the semifinals. And I'm not sure that 3 would play. And I get your hypothetical point, Jim. Opening round and second round, if they go to 24, will be on campus. And then once you get to the quarterfinal,
Right.
now, I personally have said I think everything should be on campus until the title game. If I had an ideal situation, of course, I'd have 16, not 24. But what I would do, Terry, as you well know, and I've said this many times, is instead of bidding out the game to various NFL stadia or whatever like that, you just give me the 6 rotating bowls that you already have, sites rather, and that's where you're champion. So once every 6 years, one of those cities gets the college football championship game. That's good enough for me because again you saw it when they had it in Santa Clara. The ballpark was half full.
Mm-hmm. Not a good look, man.
And if you have it in certain places where it's just it's either NFL time or their team is there, it's just hard to travel, and you've already asked fans to travel a lot.
Yep.
But no, Jim, to answer your question, you wouldn't. Look, I won't say never, but to one of the points we've been making about revenue and things like that is these schools, they're going to want home games.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll share the gate with the visitor. But those tickets will be expensive, and you'll get your fans to pack it out, and you'll keep the receipts for the concessions and all that kind of stuff and parking, whatever else. And just at bowl games, there's just too much money to go around and share and have the locals keep some and you keep some. And then again, maybe people don't travel. If you have a home game, if you have a playoff home game, you're going to sell it out.
Yeah. And we saw these playoff home games already, even though some of these games have been blowouts. The atmosphere is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The place is
because it's
packed.
college football, and that's what we need.
And that to me, that just makes the atmosphere. Look, I get later on you want these neutral sites. I get it. But these first rounds, especially if you're going to go to 24, man, you put these things on campus. How cool is that?
No, they need to be. We need more again.
Yes.
And the best I could give them, because these aren't bowl games anymore. Peach, orange, sugar, cotton.
They're not. Quit calling them that.
They're not bowl games. They're playoff games.
They're playoff
games. And now you have somebody winning 2 bowl games in a year. Like that's that kind of for all the traditionalists out there that we got to keep the bowls. You win 2 bowl games a year? No, you're only supposed to go to 1. Right. I know I'm nitpicking, but I would have it. I would if they want to rotate, Terry. Semifinals are the best I can give you to have neutral site. Quarterfinals should be on campus.
I agree. I think
if you want the regular season to matter more, and you think it's going to be dumbed down if you go to 24, part of it is because you've got too many neutral site games.
Right. You
need to be playing for home.
NFL
field
has
advantage.
1 neutral site game in the playoffs.
Yeah. And they've talked about taking the AFC and NFC title games to neutral sites.
Remember that?
But I think that's a bad idea.
It's a terrible idea. And
you earn the right to be at home. You earn it by winning more. That's why the regular season can still matter a lot in college football.
100%. Home games, then all of a sudden you're playing for something.
Yeah.
You're playing for something.
See, but when you automatically dumb it down with neutral sites for 2 rounds of the playoffs, and I don't even mean the title game. Again, title game can be neutral site. Sure, I got no problem with that. But anyway, thanks for the question, Jim. Appreciate that. That's our drive around the SEC on this Thursday. Terry, I think, is going to hit me with a.
Oh, we got some good
Jay
stuff
versus
here,
the internet
man. I got you some pickleball. This is good stuff. Next here on the postgame show.
Wow, what a play. The Game Network. Columbia, Charleston, Florence, and Myrtle Beach.
This is Elijah Campbell from 107.5 The Game and the Game Network. If you run a diner, bakery, coffee shop, burger joint, pizza spot, or that hidden gem everybody should know about, how would you like to get the word out about your business without spending a dime? Well, we got you. All you have to do is text your name, your business, and your phone number to 803-404-6100, and we'll be in touch. There is no catch. We know times are tough, but we would love to help you out and your business.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver confirmed that he would be proposing a new 3-2-1 format to the NBA lottery that would flatten the odds and give the 3 worst teams in the NBA a lower percentage of winning the lottery. All 4 teams that are picking in the top 4 of this year's draft made moves this season to tank, and clearly Silver wants to curb that somehow. The real solution would be taking away draft picks. I'm Adam Abdallah.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes and get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I was in high school, my coach liked to say, "You don't rise to low expectations." And that's just always stuck with me. So with the help of my lottery-funded life scholarship, I was able to get a degree in secondary education. Now it's my turn to invest in my athletes, the same way my coaches did for me. Who knows? Maybe one day they'll do the same for someone else.
Better coaches means a better South Carolina. And a better South Carolina means a better you. Visit SCEducationLottery.com/betteryou.
Hey guys, it's Jay Phillips for the Men's Clinic. You're not feeling like yourself as you get older? You're wondering why? Don't wait for it to change or go away. Instead, see Dr. Dan Balknight and his team at the Men's Clinic. You'll have a one-on-one consultation that gets to the root of the issues and gets you back to feeling like you used to. No such thing as a one-size-fits-all treatment at the Men's Clinic. Call them up for a free consultation, 803-875-MENS, and learn more online at themensclinicsc.com.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 107.5 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube. And now, Jay versus the Internet. It's the Postgame Show on the Game Network.
All right, welcome back in. Final few minutes here on this Thursday. Scotty Scheffler still at 3 under on the 12th. So is JT at the opening round of the PGA Championship. And again, the Corn Ferry Tour going on over at Wood Creek. Y'all get out there and see some. Some of these guys are going to be, at this event in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which ones.
Well, we have no clue, but some of them will be guaranteed. And the other good news is, Friday, Saturday after the round, you get a ticket, you get concert. Root Doctors Friday, Larry Fleet Saturday.
Yeah.
There you go, man.
Root
Good
Doctors,
times.
Man. They're still around, still kicking it just like in my youth.
Your youth?
They've been around a while.
Hey.
They know what's up.
Kids under 50, kids 15 and under, military members, college students get in for free. So
there you go.
Good times over at Wood Creek.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You can see where Steve Spurrier used to play.
Was that his thing?
He lived out there.
Wood Creek?
Yep. He and Frank.
Oh, really?
They didn't live in the same house.
They didn't share a house?
No.
You sure?
Yep.
Spurrier and Frank in a house together might be good reality TV. Just saying. That'd be fun. There's no doubt. Just run that through your skull real quick. Spurrier and Frank.
A lot of storytelling.
Yeah, there would be. Absolutely.
All right, what do we got?
All right, here we go. First of all, NHL playoffs tonight. Again, no need to pick any kind of.
Hey, by the way, how about my props for the Avalanche, man?
Yeah, how about that?
How about the way that game ended?
How about down 3-0, dead in the water, come back and win in overtime,
man? Did you hear the local radio guys call it?
So good. What did he say? You got to get out. You got to get out of here because it's over or something.
It's
what a great radio call!
It was
so good. All right, tonight Sabres, Canadians tied at 2 in Buffalo. Been a weird series, man. Canadians should be up 3-1, but they're not.
Buffalo.
I think Buffalo at home. I'm with you. This series
they don't speak as much French.
Yeah, you understand them better sometimes. Because how many beers they've had. Ducks hosting the Golden Knights in Anaheim. Vegas holding a 3-2 lead. Ducks are on home ice.
Vegas closes it out on the road.
Vegas is a team that's been through a lot of Stanley Cup wars. They should wrap this thing up.
No, they're going to win on the road.
They sure. All right, so NBA, you will not be here tomorrow, sir.
I will not. That's true. I got a graduation thing I'm going to. Not my own, but someone else's.
I was going to say, congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's about time.
All right, it took a while.
Yeah,
you were taking some hard classes.
Sure.
So we'll do this Friday. Tomorrow, the Cavaliers host the Pistons in Game 6.
36-year plan.
I'm a doctor, lawyer, veterinarian.
That's right.
Cavaliers at home. They can close it out against the Pistons in Game 6.
This is so tough, man, because Detroit has to play angry tomorrow. But does playing angry mean playing well? But you have to play angry. They played angry against Orlando. It worked for them.
Cleveland's been really good at home.
They have, but you know what? James Harden finds a way to screw it up, and Detroit wins in Cleveland.
Hey, James Harden tried to screw that up last night.
Yeah, so
the Cavaliers rose above James
Harden. Give me
Harden.
What's the spread in that game? Do we have a spread?
Oh, yeah, 3.5.
I'll take Detroit and at minus the points.
All right.
Yeah.
Timberwolves are at home. San Antonio, 4.5-point favorites in Minnesota. San Antonio can wrap this thing up.
And I think they do. I think the way they played the other night, I think Wemby, I'm telling you, I believe it. I really do. I think Wemby and the elbow last weekend, it hasn't been completely just transformational, but it paid dividends. And it paid dividends. I mean, they had 68 points in the paint the other night.
They were just, they diced up.
And look, the T-Wolves they're good.
Oh, yeah.
But in the standings in the West, I think it was like a 13-game difference, man. The Spurs are simply better than them.
They are, and I'll say this. The Spurs better wrap it up. The last thing you want is a grizzled veteran squad having a Game 7. I don't care if it's in your house, their house, Jay Phillips' house.
I get it.
And I think, honestly, I go down the road with you on that elbow that Wemby threw. I think that in the moment, in the small picture, you can criticize and go whatever crazy about it. But sometimes things like that bring a locker room together.
Yeah, I think it did a lot for him individually. I think it sent a little bit of a message to Minnesota. I think his teammates rallied around him. I just think it was a cathartic moment of sorts, man. I know that sounds weird to say, but I really do. In his life and in their life, if you will.
Like I said,
that's one of those moments.
The bully had been poking you for a bunch of games, and finally you stood up to the bully.
You did,
and I think sometimes that resonates.
And I think Minnesota took notice. Now, to what degree, we'll find out.
Yeah, I think San Antonio.
Don't go do it again.
Oh, well, I'll tell you this: you take an elbow from a dude with pointy elbows.
It hurts.
And Minnesota tried to kind of stoke him in the last game, and he just kind of smiled it off.
It didn't work.
And didn't affect him. He even said after the game, and that's one thing. That's why
he looked different after the game. Yeah, like he had aged a couple of years.
And this is where I want to talk about the young teams have to learn.
Matured, I should say.
Yes, because again, this isn't like the regular season. People are messing with you and screwing with you and trying to get into your head. And I like the way Wembanyama came back after what they've been doing to him in the series.
I agree.
I think the Spurs eventually get beat by Oklahoma City in the Western Conference Finals.
I like the Spurs tomorrow.
I think the Spurs get through this series.
All right.
All right, man.
Well, you'll be
job.
here.
Enjoy your graduation.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Congratulations to you and the family, my friend, and we'll see you Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet studio. Herndon Chevrolet is your hometown dealer. Stop by today or shop online 24/7 at herndonchevy.com.
Sponsored by SC Education Lottery. The South Carolina Education Lottery encourages all of their players to learn about your play before you pay. To learn how the odds work, common lottery myths, and the signs of problem gambling, check out sceducationlottery.com/betteryou. Playing the lottery for fun is a win for education.
Let's text and tell you with approved credit. Call 888-320-6359 for details. The Carpocalypse at JT's Kia is happening now. Save thousands on brand new JT's Kia to escape the zombie horde at back from the dead cost. JT's got 0% for 72 months. We'll pay $5,000 over book value for your trade. JT says escape high gas prices with $1,000 in gas with every new vehicle. Don't miss JT's Carpocalypse sale happening now. JT's Kia, I-77 at Killian Road or Greystone Boulevard.
Hey, this is Ray and Nathan with Pope Davis Tire and Automotive.
Last year's Technician Bikini Car Wash was a huge success.
But, unfortunately, Grease Lightning and Piston Pete left us for jobs at the club.
Don't worry. If you are feeling hot, we can still cool you down.
By fixing your car's AC for 30% less than the dealership charges.
And we have an $80 rebate on any set of Michelin or BF Goodrich tires until May 23rd.
Cool down online at PopeDavisTire.com.
This is Larry Leitner, owner and founder of Midstate Roofing, and for nearly 30 years, we've continued to be the proven leader in the roofing and waterproofing industry. Midstate Roofing's proven history is your assurance that our professionals at Midstate Roofing will provide the proper advice, service, and results to the needs of your facility in a manner both safe and pleasing to your operation. From high-rise to hospitals, manufacturing